Serving 26 schools across more than 500 square miles, Pulaski County Special School District is one of the largest school districts in the state of Arkansas. Our district strives to help each student discover his or her full potential while preparing students for life and cultivating future leaders. PCSSD continues to strengthen the relationship between its public schools and the community. Our district is committed to creating a nationally recognized school district that assures that all students achieve at their maximum potential through collaborative, supportive, and continuous efforts of all stakeholders. The schools participating in this football game are members of the Arkansas Activities Association as authorized by their school board. The administrators of these schools have helped to write the rules and regulations that govern participation of students in competitive activities for the schools that are members of the AAA. The Arkansas Activities Association, which is sponsoring this football game, is a voluntary nonprofit educational association of some 500 junior and senior public and private high schools of Arkansas. The regulations which guide these events are adopted by the schools themselves and determine the type of program they believe to be most desirable for high school youth. The Arkansas Activities Association is one of 50 state organizations that belong to the National Federation of High School Associations. This association formulates policies, game rules, and standards for inter-school competition. The schools of Arkansas have adopted these rules on eligibility which correspond to those recommended by the National Federation. The Arkansas Activities Association recognizes that athletes represent more than themselves in athletic competition. They represent their team, their fellow students, their teachers, and the community. Athletes who display good sportsmanship reflect high moral standards.
All right, good evening, football fans, and welcome to some Robinson Center to Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. I'm Tyler Chenault, along with my broadcast partner, Chris Goodman, and let me go ahead and introduce tonight's crew to you. On production, we'll have the great Will Watkins, and on the main cam tonight will be Mark Miller. So, Chris, it's a nice little crisp night, the coolest night we've had so far, and that's kind of what you expect whenever playoff football gets here in Arkansas. You get a little crisp to the air, start seeing people put their sleeves on. It's a little bit of a different game whenever the temperature gets down to what it is tonight. And what are you thinking about tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely. Whenever you get to play football, whenever it's cold, it's always a good thing. And I tell you, one of those nights is going to be one of those nights where it's kind of bad for it to be cold. A lot of hard hitting. Both teams run the ball a lot of hard hitting tonight. Yeah,
it's a heavy run team. We were talking before we came on here about our opponents, Magnolia. They run that like double wing type of look, and they've got a pretty talented backfield back there, especially number one. What did you say number one's name was?
Gary on Curry. I watched a couple of their broadcasts, and I think they were calling him either BJ or DJ. I'll have to check. But Gary on Curry is what it says here on the roster, and that dude's pretty good, number one.
That dude, I don't even know how many. You know how many rush yards he's got on the year?
I think I heard 2,500 somewhere.
Yeah, that's special. It comes with the territory whenever you're running that double wing. It's a lot of running the ball. If you've watched any of the Sylvan Hills Sports Network, it's a similar offense. Yep. Heavy run. Options. Quarterback has an option to hand it, take or pull it, and pitch it. And we've seen it from our offense a little bit in the spread formation. We've got the read option, and then whenever we have the running back run the little quick bubble, it's triple option, but this is all condensed. They don't throw the ball too often, but they do whenever they need to. But it's really ground and pound, 3 yards and a cloud of pellets now.
Yeah. Yeah, but I think I was a little nervous playing one of those triple option kind of wing tee offenses, but then I remember we got a pretty good defense and linebackers really know how to tackle in space. So I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah, really, really sound tacklers, and we saw that against the Mills. Mills, whenever we played Mills, we know they've got some electric playmakers at Mills, and we were able to make tackles in space. And there's not going to be as much space against an offense like this, but whenever they do get there, you need to have it. But we know we've got some tough guys on the interior offensive line, and then very disciplined, and we've seen it from time to time. Our defense does their job. They stay in their gaps, and that's what you have to do against an offense like this, because if you leave one of those gaps uncovered, that's where they're going to make the cut and they're going to get up in there. So it's all about doing your job and tackling the guy that's you're supposed to tackle. Yep. You whenever you teach it in practice during the week, these three guys, you have the fullback every play. Mm-hmm. You tackle him every play. I don't care if you think he has a ball or not. We played Central kind of runs an offense similar to this from time to time last year. And we played them last year. When you come out on team defense, the offense doesn't have a ball.
Yeah.
You just snap the ball, and they're going to run the offense, and everybody better be on the ground. Mm-hmm. I don't know if the Punishers play anybody like this. Not too many people run this anymore,
no.
but it's just one of those offenses. What do we have to do right here tonight to be successful on defense and slow down that running game?
I think the D-line really needs to soak up the offensive line, really soak up blocks, make them take double teams, make them block you, because if they are able to block you, get to the second level, that's when things get – that's when you get in trouble. So D-line needs to hold their ground, block the gaps, and the linebackers need to scrape, get back there and make the tackles that they're supposed to, like you were just talking about.
Yeah, that's big. I think that's a really good point. Let the defensive line holding up a couple of those guys. Don't get blocked by one guy. Make them have to spin two offensive linemen on you. Let your linebackers go to work. And then, offensively for us tonight, it's a great night to be a Robinson Senator. We're not returning just one guy, but we're returning two. Quentin Murphy was out last week. So Quentin Murphy, he's dressed out. He's warming up. He should be back tonight. But the big one, and I'll go ahead and let you kind of make this announcement. If you don't follow us on Twitter, if you hadn't seen it, you might not be sure. But there's one more big-time guy coming back for the Senators tonight.
Yeah, that man, Noah the King Freeman, is back tonight, number 15. Best running back in 5A, best running back in the state, if I say so myself. Will be back, and from what I hear, starting again tonight. So it's going to be great seeing the King out there putting in work again.
Yeah, word on the street is Noah feels better now than he did before the injury.
Oh, yeah.
And, whenever you start talking like that, a type of running back like Noah that, was able to sit out, what was it, 5 weeks or
almost
so?
6 maybe.
About half the season, and now – theoretically, he's got fresh legs starting playoff run. What you can't ask for anything better than that. It's time to see the king eat. And as Steve said, I think maybe week 2 or whatever. Hopefully, we're going to see the king sit on his throne in the end zone a few times a night.
Oh yeah, I think we will. While he was out, the O-line stayed blocking the same. Guys like Corey Crusterson and others came in and took over that running back spot while he was out and had pretty outstanding games. So I think tonight, really they'll be happy to have him back there, be excited to block for him. Receivers also able to block for him, and I think he's going to have a great night tonight.
Oh, yeah, you can't talk enough about how well those other running backs were able to step up, and really go to work for their team with Noah being out. You said Corey Crushton came in a couple of weeks, week 9 and 10, and then Malik Okene really took the brunt of it for the most part, because you had Tank go out for a few weeks with I think it was a shoulder, so didn't have him carrying the ball a whole lot. So, but we'll make sure you give Malik credit, give Tank credit, and also Brandon Grill, especially whenever we get into that. I don't even know what you call it, wing T power formation. I'm just going to call it our power formation. And snap direct snap it to Brandon, and let him go to work. So, some really good job by all those other running backs stepping up in Noah's absence, and now Noah's back, and he's probably coming back with a vengeance.
Yeah, I think he will be. He's going to be excited. I saw him earlier in warm-ups, really running around and going crazy. And, it's, when you have a star player go out, everybody's kind of down, but not the Senator team, man. They really rallied together, came around the guys they had, and played their tails off. A couple close games in there with Mills, and last week with Pine Bluff and all these other guys, but man, you can't say enough about Noah Freeman coming back.
Oh yeah, so we're going up against a tough Magnolia team. They're the 4 seed coming out of the South, I believe it is. 7-3. Their only 3 losses are to 3 tough teams in the South as well. So 7-3 Magnolia, the 4 seed out of the South, is at number 1 Robinson Senators from the Central, 9-1 on the season. That lone loss to Pulaski Academy. But we're going to go ahead. We're going to take a real quick break, and we'll get back to you on the pregame show and look at the one other PCSSD Sports Network matchup tonight, as well as some other games to watch around the state in this round 1 of the playoffs. All right, welcome back to Robinson Senator Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. Got some fireworks going off around here. We are doing senior night tonight. I failed to mention that at our first little part of the pregame show, but we started early last week because of the weather coming through, so we had to postpone the senior night festivities. Luckily for your Senators, we were already the 1 seed. We knew we were going to have a home game, so it's nice to be able to recognize all of these great seniors in the playoffs. You don't see that too often, but a senior night in the playoffs, that's a pretty big deal. Yeah. So before we get into the other games to watch, I want to make sure that I do mention the Robinson Senator basketball team. I think they've had 2 games so far this season on this same channel, on the Robinson Center, the Senator Sports Network. I want to make sure we give a shout-out to Buster Perkins and Larry Williams, the commentary crew for Senator basketball on this Senator Sports Network. So I want to make sure any Senator basketball games that you want to tune into, you go ahead and tune into this same YouTube channel and join Buster and Larry on the call for any Senator basketball. I want to make sure we get those mentioned. So a few other games. As we said, it is round 1 of the playoffs tonight. Got some really big matchups, even though it's round 1. Typically round 1 you see 1 seeds versus 4 seeds, and in the 7A I think it's 3 seeds versus 6 seeds or something. I don't know. There's all kinds of teams that make it in the 7A. There's teams that have losing records that make it in the 7A. They don't have enough teams up there. But a couple that I'm going to pay attention to. Most importantly, I guess, for you PCSSD folks, is Hot Springs at Little Rock Mills, our fellow PCSSD teams. Hot Springs is 7-3 on the season. Little Rock Mills is 9-1 with that lone loss to your Robinson Senators. Mills is favored in that game. I expect Mills to kind of go to work. That Hot Springs team is the 3 seed from Magnolia's conference, so we're each going to get to see a South team in the playoffs tonight. How are you feeling about that Mills game tonight, Chris?
Man, and I was TJ Terry is the producer over there for Mills. I talked to him a lot because he's a graduate from Mills. I think kind of like with our game, I don't know if Mills has the depth for it. Hot Springs is they're kind of like this Magnolia team. They're kind of one of those teams you don't know what to expect, and that one may be on upset alert for me.
Upset alert over at Mills.
Yep,
that'd be big. But they've got those athletes. I think it's one of those things, if they can kind of stretch it out early and kind of allow them to ease into the final, but hopefully Mills can pull it out there. The only way that we see Mills again this year is if we make it to War Memorial, and so do they. So, going to be pulling for Mills for the length of the playoffs until maybe that state championship game. Another game, the game that matters to us, if we can pull out a W here tonight, we'll move on to the second round, and we'll play the winner of Batesville at Prairie Grove. Batesville is the 3 seed in the East, I guess, and Prairie Grove's the 2 seed in the West of the 5A. Yep. I think I always get my conferences or my divisions mixed up, but Prairie Grove is favored. They're the 2 seed. Both teams are 7-3. You have any insight on that game? I don't know how much I've got.
No, I don't know too much about Prairie Grove or Batesville. I know they're rather good teams, but I don't know too much about them.
All right, so we'll kind of pay attention to that game, but we're going to go to our national anthem real quick, and then we'll be right back with you after we have national anthem. All right, welcome back. That was a nice little treat there. The Robinson Senator Choir, it looks like, sang the national anthem tonight. So, it's pretty cool to get to listen to the voices of your Robinson Senators sing that for you. So we touched on that Batesville Prairie Grove game. Don't know a ton about either of them yet, but it's Batesville at Prairie Grove, the winner of that game. Assuming we win tonight, which we didn't make our predictions, but I'm gonna pick the Senators tonight, and I'm sure you are too, Chris. So winner of that, if we can pull it out tonight, we'll come and visit, Senator Field here and Charlie George Stadium in Little Rock, and then we will have home field throughout if we can keep winning. So that's nice. Don't ever have to leave the confines of home until that state championship game if we make it that far. Another game just to kind of follow along with some of our Central folks and then our side of the bracket. The 4 seed from the Central, Marlton, is at Parkview tonight. Marlton's 6-4 on the season, and Parkview's 8-2. Both of those losses are out of conference. One to North Little Rock and one to did they play Bryant? So they lost to 2 pretty big teams. So it's those. Don't let those 2 losses fool you. Parkview is a good team again this year. And again, that's our side of the bracket. So if we win tonight, we win next week, we'll play presumably Parkview. I think they're the favorite. They're the 1 seed from the South. Yep, the South, and then they're going to work their way. They'll work their way to the same on our side of the bracket. Chris talked a little bit about his, upset possibly. I've got somebody that's on upset alert myself. We got a few minutes here before we get started, and that's in the 5A. Farmington is the 4 seed from the 5A West, and they're traveling to Valley View, the 1 seed in the 5A East. And Farmington actually is favored in that by Hootens, but I've also got Valley View on upset alert for that Farmington game. I spent a year with Coach Eldridge, who's up at Farmington now, and he was at North Little Rock, and it's a really good head coach at Farmington and a really good staff. So I expect to see them to come out, have a good plan ready to go and take it to Valley View. Farmington 7-3. I think all their losses again are in conference, and Valley View's 8-2. So kind of my upset alert is Farmington at Valley View. So you've got that one. Are there any other games that kind of stick out to you, not just in the 5A? We've really just talked about 5A so far, maybe 6A, 4A, that you know just kind of stick out in your mind as games to watch tonight?
I was going to say Catholic, but they got a bye week by going undefeated. So that just now hit me. I was going to say the Catholic game, but
go ahead.
Leading up to this game, I've been so focused on just watching Magnolia and making sure that I'm not even a coach, but just making sure that we were ready and going to be able to play. That to be honest, I haven't even paid attention outside of 5A.
There's nothing wrong with that at all. And Catholic, that's big, and you don't expect to see that. I was talking to a few of the coaching buddies, and it's like it was a great year for Catholic to move down because Catholic's really good, and they've really they had it rough in the 7A. It's tough in the 7A, especially with the numbers they have, because Catholic can't match those numbers of players just because of the type of school and the private school they are. You're always going to see less numbers at private schools, so it really lined up well. The year they moved down to 6A is the year they have one of, if not their best team in a while. Yeah. So Catholic gets the week off tonight. Be exciting to see who they get to play next week and how they do. The other game I'm really looking at is in the 4A. It's Nashville at Bauxite. Nashville's 7-3. Bauxite's also 7-3. Nashville's the 3 seed, traveling to Bauxite. But Nashville is favored according to Hooten, so that's just another game that I think will be one of those close ones that are a really fun first-round game in the playoffs to watch. So we got a few minutes left here before kickoff. We did just see Magnolia. I think we won the toss, went ahead and deferred. So Magnolia's going to start with the ball if I saw that correctly. But we got about 3 minutes here. What's the one thing you're looking at from that defense, from that Senator defense, whenever Magnolia starts with the ball here, whenever we kick it off?
Well, like we pointed out earlier, number one, Curry is their main guy. That's their Noah Freeman. So if we, defense can make some stops, make some open field tackles is the big one. Like I said earlier, D-line got to hold up the blocks. Require a double team. Don't let, like you said, don't let just one guy block you. Require a double team, and then tackle number one and make somebody else beat us, and I think we'll be all right.
So you're telling me the key is Curry.
Yeah,
the key is Curry. Slow down Curry, and you can slow down this team. I think Chris was able to watch a little bit more of this Magnolia team than I got to. So, Chris is going to be our expert on Magnolia tonight. But the key is Curry. If you can slow Curry down, you should have success defensively. And then, I'm really, really looking forward to, and I know you are as well, that first carry for King Freeman again tonight. Yeah. First time touching that football in, 5-6 weeks. And I can't imagine that feeling. Whenever I was playing, I never carried the ball. I was an offensive lineman, so I didn't get to touch it. So I never went long stints without touching it and finally getting to touch it again. But you just know that's going to be a special feeling. Senior year, first round of the playoffs, hadn't played in weeks, be able to touch the ball that first time. And I wouldn't be surprised to see him break off an 80-yarder on that first touch and house one.
Yeah, that's just what I was thinking. They probably get the ball, a punt down on the 1-yard line or a kickoff or something, where we're backed up deep in our own territory, and then Noah Freeman's like, all right, guys, I got this. Watch this. Just takes it 90 yards to the house, break this game open.
Oh, yeah, man. Oh, it's exciting. It gives you chill bumps talking about it. Yeah. It's playoff football in Arkansas, and here come your Robinson Senators getting let out by the cheerleaders with the flags. Man, it's time for some playoff football. We're a minute away from kickoff, and it's an exciting time to be in Arkansas, an exciting time to be a football fan, and definitely an exciting time to be a Robinson Senator fan.
Yeah, man. I tell you this. I watched this game just because. I went to Sylvan Hills and we made the playoffs a couple of times, but we never really had the team that was going to be able to go into the next round. So now that I'm covering a team that has a whole lot of success and can be successful, I put a lot of research into this game. Like I was a player or a coach, I'm really excited for this, and it's great. We got everybody back here healthy right here at playoffs, and now it's just time to execute and go put some work in.
Yeah, as far as we know, this is about as healthy as we've been since probably week 1 or week 2. Quentin Murphy was out. He's been a little banged up from time to time, ankle stuff and all. So, he gets a little week off last week, and hopefully gets everything healed up good, and he's ready to roll. Noah Freeman's ready to roll. Chase Nichols is ready to roll. Gabriel Bonner. We did get an offer this week for one of our players. I'll go ahead and let you mention that for them before we kick off here.
Yeah, Chase Nichols got an offer from Ouachita Baptist I saw earlier this week. I don't know if it's his only offer or not, but, congrats to him. He's another senior. It's really been, kind of one of those quieter guys this season, but, against Mills he had the one big catch, and then I want to say last week against Pine Bluff he had the big catch for a touchdown. So, really put in the work, and congrats to him getting that offer.
Yeah, and I think JC's put in a lot of work on defense too for us too in the backfield. But whether it's his first offer or his 50th offer, those offers are big. All
right, Tate will probably put it in the end zone.
Yeah, he does.
No, the refs are going to let him take it. I believe that is number 1. Indeed, misses a tackle. Looks like Dylan Hunt and others are over there with a big hit. Who is that? Is that number 30?
I think it was 30.
That's Crusterson, I do believe.
That's Michael Hayes. Crusterson's 33. Yeah, Crusterson's 33.
Okay.
But one play, and, I mean, to me, a blown call from the refs. I'm not going to stay on too much, but anytime you're in that end zone in Arkansas, it's a touchback. So that was interesting to me to start the game, and we had a couple coaches on our sideline throw their hands up too. Like, what is this?
So they let him return it, and he gets it out to, what did they give him, the 26-yard line?
26 and a half.
Yeah, now it looks like Blanchard and Curry will get out there for that offense. And like we said, they do run kind of a triple option, weird offense that you don't really see a whole lot anymore. Blanchard's going to take it and hand it to the fullback.
Looked like he dropped the ball.
Did he fumble it?
Yep, beanbag came out. Who's got it?
Yeah, it looks like the Panthers did recover the football.
I think fullback was able to fall back on it.
I think the fullback back there is number 1,
it's
Curry.
Yep. That's not what you want as a triple option team. No. First play, the ball hits the ground. It's interesting. They don't have any tight ends. They got 2 receivers, so it's just their 5 linemen. Their 2 wingbacks, quarterback, and the fullback in there. So, might throw the ball a little bit more than your typical triple option team.
All right. As we say, they don't throw it. The quarterback drops back and throws.
And here it comes.
Yeah, here comes the flag. It looks like 27 kind of a lot of contact there. The receiver fell down. You'll probably get that call every time. 27 is Caleb Jones.
Yeah, Caleb Jones on the coverage, and 22 intended receiver for Magnolia. I don't think he had a chance at it, but the ball was overthrown, so he went to adjust and get to the ball, and whenever he went to adjust, Caleb Jones was right there. So Caleb was in great. It's just, one of those things where a bad ball a lot of times can lead to a pass interference.
And it may be one of those times where you don't really want to touch the wide receiver if you see it, if you're able to. I think we had a call a couple games ago go that way, and that'd be a false start.
Yep.
That'd be a false start on the Panthers. But like I was saying, there was a game a couple of weeks ago where it was a way overthrown ball, and I think it was Grail that kind of just ran over and laid the guy out. It may have been at Mills, and they threw the PI for it because he hit him.
Yeah, Brandon, and he just kind of pushed him a little bit afterwards. Yep. Yeah, that was the Mills game.
One of those times where you just let the ball go, let the receiver go, celebrate that it was incomplete, and live to see another down.
Yep. Gets a team like this, you love to see false starts. If they can get behind the sticks, it's big for your defense.
Oh, yeah. False starts and incomplete passes. We're going to go with the QB sneak on 1st and 15, gain about 3 yards on it.
Interesting.
All right, well. That's the thing with this offense. There's not a lot of play calls you can get, I guess.
Yeah, and whenever you get behind the sticks like that, it definitely closes the playbook for any offense, but it really closes the playbook for a run-heavy offense like this. So you're kind of, pulling at straws to find something that's going to work for you and get some positive yardage to get you enough to possibly get a first down.
Oh, yeah. All right, Blanchard under center again. Believe he gave it to – no, he kept it himself, and he's going to get they're giving him 2 yards. I didn't think he got that far. So that's going to bring up 3rd and 10.
That's why you tackle your man, because it looked like from up here, it looked like they gave it to Curry on the dive, but quarterback kept it, and that's why you tackle your guy. If your guy's not the fullback, you let him run. If he runs 100 yards, it ain't on you.
Yeah.
Okay, but if the quarterback pulls it and he runs for the 60 yards, it's on you. So you tackle your guy, whether you think he has the ball or not.
All right, 3rd and 10. Love to see it if you're a Robinson fan. Quarterback going to keep again. He's going to pitch it, and the ball is out, and we're going to pick it up. No, he didn't get it.
He got it.
That's Ashton Williams on the recovery. He wasn't able to scoop and score, but he got it still away from Blanchard. And all right, like we said, the defense has got to come through big, make multiple stops. The pitch went kind of crazy there from Blanchard. Went back about 10, 15 yards, and Ashton Williams was able to recover it. That'll be Senator football.
Really, from Ashton, that's what you want to see right there. You know you're kind of alone. Try and scoop it, because if you can scoop it, odds are you're going to score. But if you don't, then just get on top of it. Don't keep trying. Try once, and if you don't get it that first time, get on top of it. Let your offense go to work.
All right, out comes Quentin Murphy and Noah Freeman right there next to him. It looks like they're kind of set up in.
It's their power, whatever formation, but Quentin's going to get a little shift.
Going to flip it out. Man, you got to make Chase Nichols sprint over there to that far side. I'd be like, Coach, don't do that no more. And the first carry goes to Noah Freeman. He's going to get about maybe 2 yards on the play.
He gets about 1 extra yard because the defender turns and throws him forward. If you're going to throw him, at least throw him backwards.
I'll take
Come on now.
Well, all right.
It's always good to get that first carry out of the way after an injury. Make sure everything feels like it's supposed to feel.
Get out there and cut on it. Make sure the legs are all right. The knees are still there. All right. Give this to Freeman again. He's going to take it up and get about 2 or 3 more yards. Over to the 20, I think, is what the refs are going to give him.
It's going to be about a 3rd and 4, but, run Brandon Gryle into motion there, kind of get their eyes wrong and get another 3 yards or so there.
And I got to figure Magnolia is going to key on Noah Freeman coming back. But the thing about that, you key on one player on this Robinson team, there's a lot more guys that can hurt you.
Oh, yeah. There's weapons everywhere on offense. Tried to get them to jump off sides. They almost did.
Yep, going to go empty here. It looks like Ashton Williams and Dylan Hunter over there in that tight end kind of sniffer back position. When Murphy's going to keep it. Nothing doing there. He may have lost like a half yard there. Able to get away late, but they blew it dead.
Forward progression stopped. They blew the whistle, so the defense let them go. But got a little penetration there at the snap. It's tough to do anything there. Ball's on the 21, so just lost about a yard, but looks like they're going to try and go for it. 4th and 5.
All right, I think we'll see. May throw the ball here.
I think we'll see our first pitch and catch here of the night.
Yeah, may send Gryle on a little post route here. It's open if he can get the speed and get out there. Nope, we're going to turn quick, throw it to Bonner. Bonner can make a tackle.
Oh, yeah.
He may go score. He just steps out of bounds.
About the 2-yard line.
About the 2-yard line. So and Robinson, I tell you, run these little quick throw screens so well that, Bonner and Nichols both have the speed out there where they can make a guy miss just like that, get up the sideline, and usually get in the end zone. Bonner there just about his balance was off, took him out about the 2-yard line.
A well-designed play, though, running Dylan Hunt out there on the motion to have a lead blocker out there, and he tiptoed for about 5 yards before he stepped out. Brandon Gryle in the backfield now.
He's going to take it to that far side.
Behind Ashton and Dylan.
There he goes, and he's going to get it in. Brandon Gryle from 3 yards out, 2 or 3 yards out. He's going to take it in for the first touchdown, Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown, might I add. Fireworks going off, and with 7:42 to go in the first quarter, your score pending the John Tate PAT is 6-0.
Oh, yeah. Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown, as you said. We missed a couple of Relentless Performance Training first downs, too. Want to make sure we give Alicia her credit.
Tate's PAT is up and good, so it'll be 7-0 for the Senators here early. So, all right, defense forces a turnover, and offense takes it, marches right down the field, and puts it in.
Yeah, that's how you can't ask for a better start there. Force turnover, bad pitch, get the ball, on the 25-yard line or so for your offense. Offense goes for it on 4th down. Offense nearly scores the touchdown on that 4th down play, but then they bring in Brandon, and he's running behind Ashton Williams. He's running behind Dylan Hunt and Fuller Hewells over there at left tackle, and he walked into the end zone. He got tackled, but he didn't get touched till he was about 3 steps into the end zone.
Oh yeah, and man, I tell you, behind what did you say the left tackle's name was?
Fuller Hewells.
Yeah, Fuller Hewells, Dylan Hunt, and Ashton Williams. That's if you got 3 guys blocking for you on this team, it'll be those 3 guys. That's a lot of power and a lot of movement over there on that left side. And I thought Brandon, if he kept to the outside, he could have just walked into the end zone, but he cut it up and still got in. I mean, that's perfect execution.
You're right. He probably is untouched if he stays. But you see that in. That's what you want, though. You got to get 3 yards there. You get some green in front of you. Put your foot in the ground, get north, and just get in the end zone.
Yep. All right, Tate on to kick off. See if he can put this one for sure in the end zone.
Now look, if he puts it in, he's going to be 2 for 2. For me,
Yep.
that one was a touchback.
Another great kick. This one's going to be a little shorter. Catch it about the 6. I believe that's Curry.
Oh, yeah, it's Curry.
Good hard run. And this is that number 26. That's Tank, ain't it?
Yeah, Tank
Reese.
cleaned it up. Ian Dietz made the first contact there, slowed Curry up, let Tank clean it up for the tackle.
Good job. That's two of your big-time linebackers, or two really kind of backup linebackers, really, on special teams coming up and making plays.
And, we mentioned Ian's cast 1 or 2 weeks ago. We didn't notice that we saw it, so we did get word that Ian did break his thumb. I don't know how long ago, a few weeks ago or so.
Oh, really?
So does have a cast on his arm there. Broke his thumb, but he's playing through it. He's been playing good with it too.
All right, Blanchard, a hand off to Curry again, right up the middle, and probably their best play of the day right there already for 4 yards, 5 yards.
Yep, about 5.
I believe that was Curry on the carry. That's going to be a tongue twister all night.
How many catches? Wow. As soon as you said it, how many carries you think we're going to see Curry get tonight?
Oh, man. 20 to 30, if that's possible.
He's probably already at 5.
Yeah, if not more. There we go again with him.
There's the next one.
Look like the same exact play, and he's Senator's there for it. Make a better stop that time. He gets 3.
Brings up a 3rd and 2, and 3rd and 2 for an offense like this.
Yep.
It's tough because most of the time they're a 4-down team. Maybe right here down by the 30 if you don't get it or you go backwards. But if they get it to 3rd and 1,
yeah.
Odds are they're going to go for it.
Yeah, because you got the ability for Blanchard to keep it under center and QB sneak. And then you can turn around and give it to Curry, or Curry can go outside. He does have some deceiving speed. He can get to the outside. Look like another fumble snap there.
Yeah, that's going to be a snap infraction. Never got this ball to the quarterback. Should back him up 5 yards.
I want the ball. Call it a fumble and give us the ball. Going to be a false start. We got a ref mic tonight. That's nice.
That's awesome. We could have used that the last couple weeks.
Yeah, with all them long delays. Get out there and explain to us what's going on. So false start. It'll back them up again. And as a Senator fan, you got to love that. Last time a flag happened, they turned the ball over. So
a big difference for a team like this between 3 and 2 and 3rd and 7.
Yep. All right. Blanchard gets back under center. 3rd and long here. Going to hand it to Curry again. No, he kept it, and he's going to pitch it, and we got guys there.
Ooh.
A big-time hit. Who is that? Turn this way and give us a no. That's Ashton Williams. I should have known Ashton Williams. We had a couple guys there holding him up. And like we've said time and time again with this defense, if you get stood up, you may want to go down because there's more guys coming. And when Ashton Williams is the guy coming, you're going to feel it. And he gets nailed there for a loss. Or they may have gave him forward progression, what it looks like. But, man, what a big-time hit.
But it seemed like Blanchard pitched that ball a little bit late and kind of set him up there. You pitched it that late, I thought we were going to see another fumble on the pitch.
Yep.
But he catches it, but he didn't have it very long until he got cleaned up.
All right, Magnolia on to punt. I believe that's Grail to return.
Yeah, Grail's back there to return.
Grail.
It's going to be short.
Ball does go away from him and takes a Senator bounce, right? I think they're going to give it on the plus side of the 50, about the 49-yard line.
He stepped to the 48. Going to get it to the 48.
He did step to the 48.
Yeah.
So we're going to get on the plus side of the 48-yard line. Another short field.
First 2 possessions starting on the opponent's side of the 50.
Yep. You got to love that, especially, Noah may not like it because he wants his stats. He's got a lot of catching up to do, but we'll be all right. And it looks like Gabriel Bonner is going to be the running back in this possession.
Okay.
I don't think he's played running back this year, has he yet?
I don't know that I've seen him in the backfield.
I know he's been out there at receiver a whole lot, but that's one thing about Coach Scully. He's going to pull out some new stuff, and it's probably going to work. The hand will be to Bonner. He's got some room on that outside. Gets a great block. And he may be gone if the receiver can stay blocking for him. Makes a couple guys miss. And he's going to get out to the 18, maybe the 16-yard line. See how, the 16-yard line there for Gabriel Bonner on the handoff. And as I was saying, Coach Escola pulls out something new, and it works.
I mean, you had really good blocking on the edge there by your offensive line. Chase Nichols down there, he just, making his cornerback. Cornerback didn't have anywhere to go.
Yeah.
I mean, and then, Gabe Bonner just took the ball and he went to work, but good blocking by the offense there.
And that was a relentless performance training first down there. And off again this time to
I think it was
Bonner again. It was Gabriel Bonner. He's got another handoff. I thought he got more than just 2 yards there, but maybe I was looking at the wrong guy. That's all right.
That's all they gave to him. Huh?
Yeah. All right, 2nd and 8 here from the 14-yard line. And off again to Bonner. He's got room on that outside. Get a great block from Chase Nichols again. I think he got another relentless performance training first down.
He's right there at it, but he got another more room on the edge there. Good blocking outside. He wanted to cut it up, but he had a lot of Magnolia players coming towards him, and he just decided to, again, we talked about it last week, make a little bit of a business decision, get out of bounds.
Yeah. And it was a relentless performance training first down, so it's going to be 1st and goal from the 6-yard line. And I tell you, this Robinson offense is moving, and the defense is playing outstanding. We keep it up all night, and it's going to get ugly.
Man, that's fine with me.
Yeah.
Get as ugly as it needs to get.
Yeah, let's just keep it going. Keep executing. Keep playing good. Looks like Murphy's going to roll out. He's got Dylan Hunt. Can Dylan Hunt now? He can't break a tackle. Good leg tackle there by, what was that, number 16? Fred Davis, I believe, is who that is for Magnolia. Good job. You know, they did a lot last week. Sneak Dylan Hunt out, sneak Ashton Williams out, roll out and throw it to him. Dylan Hunt he showed great hands with that catch over in that other end zone last game. Not able to break a great tackle there by Fred Davis for Magnolia.
Noah Freeman has come back in. I figure they'll just kind of limit him from time to time, make sure he stays healthy. They're going to give it to him here.
Right up the middle. Keeps the legs moving. I think he got to about the 4-yard line, I think is where they're marking him.
Yep.
We've now reached that part of the field where this pole is right in the way. So,
yeah, they get it down to the 4.
See if Noah can't punch one in here.
Taking a little bit of time getting the call in. Bonner's coming back in for Noah.
Yeah.
To me, it's just one of those things. It's his first day back.
Yeah.
Had apparently a broken leg, so it's more of a management thing. Make sure you ease him back in. Once he gets warm and going, you might see him staying there for longer stints. But it's one of those things where you don't want to, mess him up and worry him.
All right, Murphy's going to keep that far side over behind.
Going to get a hold probably here.
Over behind Dylan Hunt and Ashton Williams, and I think you're right. We are going to have a holding call, back them up a little bit.
If you're the Panthers, do you accept it and make it 3rd and 14, or do you let it stay 4th down? They're going to accept it, so 3rd down. We'll see where the flag was thrown at, depending upon. May end up being a 3rd and 17 or so from where they're standing.
And I would have made it 4th down. And his offense is too good. I would get him off the field. Other than again, Coach Scola this far probably go for it again on 4th down.
I wouldn't be surprised, but he's got that leg.
Yeah, Tate over there. That's why I'm surprised they didn't kick it the first time, but that's why he's the head coach.
Yeah, gonna be
went forward and got almost a touchdown out of it. So
3rd and goal from the 17.
Bonner in the backfield. We're going to throw it. Murphy loads up and throws.
I don't think
he didn't get a foot down. He had Greil over there in the end zone and just wasn't able to get that foot down. He got very close, I'll tell you that. A good throw there by Murphy.
There's a flag in the backfield, though. I think it might be roughing the passer. But that was a good ball. It was just about an inch too far outside. Brandon made a really good athletic catch going up and bringing it down. Just, couldn't get that foot in. But I'm telling you, it was like an inch from where we can see over here. But I think we're going to get roughing the passer. Yep.
Yeah, there we go. That'll make it first and goal from the 14-yard line, or 9-yard line, rather. All right, well, now you wish it would have been 4th down last play if you're a Magnolia Panther. So 1st and goal from the 9-yard line. And off to Bonner. Can he break a tackle and get outside? He just can't. He can't get away from the tackle quick enough. He had the edge out there. Great tackle for Magnolia. It's going to bring up 2nd and goal from the on the 5-yard line.
Yep, you're right. He breaks the tackle. It just takes him about a count too long to break the tackle, and it lets the other Panthers get there and make the tackle. But he's able to get some yardage there. second and goal from the 5.
This Magnolia defense playing a lot better this drive.
Yeah, they're toughening up in the middle there.
Yep. All right, Murphy drops back.
Brandon Grau was uncovered.
Oh, man, the ball goes right through 27's hands. 27's Caleb Jones goes right through his hands and past Brandon Grau.
That's one of those pre-snap. Brandon, was thinking Quentin Solomon, he's going to get it out quick because there wasn't anybody on Brandon. I don't know if he snuck in there and they didn't see him. But that's one of those, it's like a now route that it just took a little bit too long to throw.
All right, let's see what we do here. 3rd and goal from the 5. Quentin will drop back again. Look like they run. Oh, and he just throws it too far. Griles open in the end zone in that corner. Just throws it a little too far outside. It's going to bring up 4th down. Let's see what we choose to do. And looks like Tate's coming on for the field goal.
Yeah.
Really about a 20-yarder almost probably.
Let's see, depending on where he sets up at, should be about a 22-yarder.
Looks, 22 from the left hash. Well within his range. Snap, good hold, and good kick.
Looks in there.
And it's good. All right, John Tate knocks one through. And with 2 minutes and 2 seconds to go in the first quarter, your score is 10 Robinson, 0 Magnolia.
That's a big stop there, by the Panthers.
Oh, yeah.
Had a chance to go up 14-0 there, especially after the roughing the passer. As a coaching staff, you really want to be able to punch that in and get another 7 on the board. So a little bit of a momentum shift. I don't know that it's really a big one, but it at least kept the momentum from getting too far onto the Robinson side. Magnolia still being able to hold to a field goal. That's one of those. It's a big deal defensively to say, all right, we can stop them here, but Robinson still gets points on the board. So another good possession goes up 10-0.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, they tackled really well that drive and played really well that drive on defense there. And now we just need the Robinson Senators to do the exact same thing they've done the first 2 drives and play excellent defense, force another turnover or stop them on 4th down or 3rd down rather and make them punt. Get that ball back. Keep running out the clock. Keep scoring.
I'll tell you what, something we hadn't seen yet, Gabe Bonner in the backfield. That's the first time we've seen it all year. Surprised with how he just ran the ball that possession. We didn't see him while Noah was out, but maybe it's one of those things where, wanted to keep him fresh, didn't want to show it, or maybe this week he was like, hey, Coach, man, I can run the ball a little bit.
Yeah. Like, Coach, letting everybody else carry it, let me carry it.
Give me a look back there, Coach. Let me show you what I can do.
Well, I'll tell you, from that first handoff he took, he looked pretty well at running back. Good kickoff from Tate here, feeling it in the legs. He's gonna that's gonna be in the end zone for sure, and that will be a touchback. All right, John Tate puts it in the end zone. That brings it out to the 20-yard line.
It's the 20 still, yeah.
20.
We hadn't went to the NFL. We're with the 25 yet. Staying
That's right.
at 20.
So, rather the first 2, weren't touchbacks, but Magnolia really didn't get far past the 20 on either one of them. And I don't think they've yet to cross the 50-yard line yet. This will be their 3rd offensive possession.
Let's see if we can keep it that way.
Yeah,
if we can play the entire game on their side of the field,
that'd be outstanding. It'd be even better when we move to the other side of the 50 and I can see.
And you can see the entire game, huh?
Yeah. All right, Blanchard hands it off.
Ball.
And we got another ball that popped right into Dylan Hunt's
Dylan's
hands.
going to score, baby.
He's going to go score. There we go. Defense, we talk about it. Making big-time plays. They get back there and hit Curry right where he has the ball. It pops up right into Dylan Hunt's hands. And he takes it about 15, 20 yards the rest of the way into the end zone for a Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown. I mean, wow.
That's 2 weeks, 2 touchdowns for Dylan Hunt.
That is. One on offense and one on defense. Man, what a play there.
And that's one of those. He's just in the right place at the right time. He's following the ball. Ball pops out, and it fell into the basket for him.
Man, one of those, oops, you forgot something. And he takes it into the end zone.
Going to go for 2 here.
We are going for 2. Brandon Grau back there in that Wildcat. That's what I'm going to call it, I guess, the Wildcat. And he's going to take it to the outside, get in the end zone. Magnolia did a great job stretching it out there, and they're not going to get the 2-point conversion. So with 1:55 left to go in the first quarter, your score is going to be Robinson Senators 16, Magnolia Panthers 0. And man, what of a change of emotions right there within literally 7 seconds.
That's That's an interesting decision to go for 2 there.
Yeah.
Whenever you were watching Magnolia, do they kick extra points or do they go for 2?
I think they go for 2.
Okay, that's kind of the only reason I could think you might want to go up by 18 rather than 17, because 3 touchdowns. If they don't get any of the extra points, I guess if they go for 2, it'd be 18.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's not much of a difference in 17 and 18. The only one I can see there is if they go for 2 and you're expecting to stop them. But
yep. Maybe that was just Coach Escola really wanting to put the momentum in the Senators' hands and keep putting the ball in the end zone. I don't know, but. Very rare we question any calls from Coach Escola. That may be the.
And don't get me wrong, I'm not questioning it.
No.
I'm not saying it was wrong. I'm just trying to figure out.
It was different. I will say that. It was different. Yeah, it was different going for 2 there.
Trying to deduce why, I guess so. But he's got his reasons, and there's no questioning up here.
All right, John Tate was kicking it to the left side guy over there. Or a short kick, rather, and I think he's going to get quite a good return. Up to about the 30-yard line. I don't know the number on that kick return. You get up to about the 30.
Just changed it up a little bit. Didn't want to kick it to Curry anymore, so they kicked it to that left returner to us, right returner to the return team, and he gets a little bit of yardage there. He probably gained about 15 on the return. He caught it about the 15-10, I think. So, yeah, but still not bad.
No, the 30-yard line's their best starting field position of the night here in this. I think it's their 4th offensive drive. Let's see some craziness happen again right here. Blanchard goes under center. Man in motion. Or he's going to get the handoff and not going. I think the ball came out again.
Yep.
Did it come out again?
I saw the beanbag thrown.
And they're going to give it. It's going to be Senator football again, man. You love to see it. This defense, we said it, the D-line's got to play and your linebackers got to make great tackles. And so far, both are happening. The defense is on fire right now. They get another turnover, their 3rd of the night, and they're going to set up with great field position.
You know, we don't have the best view as to see when are they getting hit as soon as they get the ball?
I think so.
Or is it one of those things? It's cold out there tonight. That ball's getting a little more oil that kind of leaks out of it whenever it gets colder, and is the ball kind of slick? If you didn't doctor them up right throughout the week, they can get a little slick when it gets cold.
All right, and Quentin Murphy out there, he's by himself in the backfield. I think we may be drawing up a shot play here, or maybe a QB draw and keeping it. But let's see if we can't put some point. It is a QB run, keeping it. And he's got a lot of room. He's got the speed. Can he break through? He doesn't. He does get tackled around the 9-yard line. Relentless performance training, 1st down. I tell you, the Senators are playing some really, really, really good executing football right now.
Yeah, and they're rolling. And just to go back to the football and the cold thing, I saw something this week on Twitter. A college coach, he had shaving cream. He shaving creamed all his balls because they leak. The oil starts to seep out of them when it gets colder. And if you do the shaving cream, they're going to stay dry. It helps with the rain too.
That's great. I never knew that. All right.
Ah.
A little quick throw. Number 2, I believe that's Caden Blaylock on the intended reception there.
Yeah, they're going to call it incomplete.
Intended receiver, rather. Will be incomplete. 2nd and goal from the 10-yard line, or 9-yard line.
Yep, right at the 9.
I tell you, they put this little pole right here right in the way. All right, Murphy will get the ball again. He's going to roll out. He's going to throw it off to Chase Nichols. Chase makes a move.
Touchdown.
He's going to get in the end zone. All right. Chase Nichols, man, I tell you, he's one of those receivers that can really make one move's all he's going to need.
Do have a flag down, roll out, probably going to be a hold. That typically you see a hold right there whenever you get a roll out like that.
Oh, man. Come on.
Chase went to work, too.
And it will be a holding call right there. Chase Nichols. God, you hate to see that. Chase Nichols makes an excellent move, gets upfield and gets in the end zone, and we got a holding call.
2nd and goal from the 20. Not really where you want to be on an and goal situation.
No. I tell you, this offense is playing excellent right now. I don't think this will be a problem.
And you still got 3 downs to get it, too. So.
Yep. All right, Noah Freeman back on the field. Ashton Williams in motion.
That might.
That was a weird kind of play there. Throw it out to Gabriel Bonner. He's going to get About 7 yards on the reception there. I think the O-line may have left a little too early to get out there on the screen.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't see a flag there because I don't know that Growl ever got set. Growl wasn't set before Ashton went in motion. You could have got an illegal motion there, illegal shift, because two guys in motion didn't come set. But either way, don't throw it. We get a little bit of a break there. Going to bring up a third and what'd you say? It was about the 17?
Yeah, I think
but,
so.
Yeah, that'll do it for the first quarter. We'll be right back with some more Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
Alicia Colvin and Relentless Performance Training helps athletes achieve their optimal performance with everything they need to build the best strength, agility, and conditioning, with a heavy focus on injury prevention, performance, psychology, flexibility, and more. Some of the services they offer include sports performance assessments, education on strength and conditioning, muscle versus joints, flexibility, core, legs, upper body, resistance training, nutritional supplements, recovery, and injury prevention. Give strength and conditioning coach Alicia Colvin a call, just like Senator cornerback Quentin Murphy did, for your personalized plan.
All right, welcome back, football fans, to Senator Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. Coming back into the start of the second quarter, your Senators up 16-0 over the Magnolia Panthers.
All right, yeah, we are coming back. Now we're on the side of the field where I can see everything that's going on. We're bringing up 3rd and goal from the 18-yard line. Freeman in the backfield with Murphy. Looks like we're going to have Nichols, Greil, and Bonner to the far side. And number 16, that is Kanan Bell on the near side.
Screen.
It'll be a screen ball.
He's
got plenty of room. Great block.
Touchdown.
Great block. That's Noah Freeman getting in the end zone there off the screen play. Number 53. That's Micah Pennington with that. Getting out there, the big man getting some moves out there to block. And Noah Freeman's in the end zone.
There you go, King Freeman. Hey, first time sniffing that end zone again.
Yeah.
It's probably a nice feeling for the young man.
All right, so the 18-yard reception there for Noah Freeman to get his first score of the night.
Did we call that a Cornerstone home lending touchdown?
I don't think we did, but
well,
it is.
Now we are, because that's a Cornerstone home lending touchdown.
Stayed on for the extra point. Almost got blocked, but it is up and good. So with 11:53 to go till halftime, your score is Senators 22 or 23? 23. Magnolia Panthers, nothing.
They'll get it up there at some point.
Yeah, it should be 23. I know Sylvan Hills math may not be the best, but
yeah, because it was 16. It was
16 plus
nothing.
7.
Yep, that would be 23.
All right, so again, big time stop for the defense and going down and scoring for the offense. And we keep doing that all night, and you can't lose.
I mean, you keep forcing turnovers inside the 30.
Yeah.
I mean, what do you – it doesn't get much better than that for an offense.
And I tell you what, they got 3 turnovers so far in this game, and it's not even halftime. I mean, like you said, you keep doing that, and that's just –
I mean, 4 possessions, 3 turnovers.
Yep.
I mean, what's that Mills game looking like over there?
It's 7-6. Hot Springs is up.
Okay.
With less than a minute to go in the first quarter. It's another big game in the 5A. Was that 5A playoffs? I was going to say 5A Central, but we're in the playoffs now.
Central versus the South, 2 versus 3. So, you know, it should be a good game, a 2 versus a 3, but I think Mills is a really good 2 seed.
All right, Tate on to kickoff. Let's see if he can put this one in the end zone, set them up inside their own 30 again.
Just
another
put it
turnover.
in the end zone.
Yeah. Another great kick. I don't know if it'll make it.
Just a little.
Oh, and he drops it, and it will go in the end zone. So Tate's going to have a touchback whether he wanted it or not. They're going to set up shop on the 20-yard line. I tell you, the best field position so far was the 30, and I don't think they've crossed the 30 or 35.
I think their first possession they may have got it around the 40-45, but then they had the bad pitch and it was
toss.
A fumble.
Yep.
So we still ended up with it on the inside of the 30.
All right, let's see here. Magnolia really needs something to happen in a good way on this drive if they want to stay in this ball game.
They're moving the receiver in on that left side, kind of a little tight receiver here. So change up the formation for the first time, it looked like.
Blanchard's going to keep it on that far side, and he does have a little room. Gets swallowed up. Look like Micah Pennington and Tank Reese in there on the tackle.
Got a little extra blocker over there. Changed up a little bit. Give him a new look. That stuff kind of you got to do when you're running offense like that is give them different looks. You know, they're not expecting them, so now they're going to switch it, bring this right receiver in tight.
Well, I tell you, when I watched a lot of their game film, they had a lot of success with Curry going to the outside because he has some pretty deceiving speed, and he gets to the outside, and he can be gone.
And they hadn't done it yet.
Yeah.
They've just given it to him up the middle. And Micah up the middle, and is that 58?
I think it's 58.
Chris Sims, hadn't seen a lot of Chris this year.
There will be a toss to the outside, and he does have some room. Breaks a tackle. It looks like Julian Campos and Ashton Williams.
Ball.
Are they going to call him down?
He did, but ball's popping out left and right.
So, all right. You know, like I said, they go to the outside, and they have a little bit more success going to the outside. It wasn't Curry on the carry there, but
22 for Magnolia on the carry, I believe. That's a big play by a defensive lineman, Campos, coming down there and chasing him down.
For a relentless performance training first down there for the Magnolia Panthers. And, yeah, like you said, Julian Campos, he's a high-effort guy. And I think he was the defensive end on the away side of the play there.
He was the backside defensive end.
Able to track down and make the tackle there.
He got into his pursuit angle, and he's able to make a play.
Number 22, I believe, is Jacob Herbert there for the Panthers. So I think Blanchard kept it there.
Yeah, Blanchard kept it, let Curry kind of be a lead blocker.
Nothing doing there. Gets about 4 yards on the carry. We have 2nd and 6 from the 44-yard line. So
Magnolia is threatening to get on their side of the 50 here. See if the defense can kind of stiffen up a little bit.
Yeah, they're playing. This is one of their better offensive drives so far. Although the last time they had a pretty good offensive drive, they got around, like you said, to this area of the field and had a bad toss. So see what happens here. Guy in motion, Blanchard. Here we go. There's the toss play. We're going to false start.
We are, but it looked like Curry was about to try and throw that ball up to, I think, number 2 down here. It looked like they were trying to get a little tricky there. I could be wrong, but the way after Curry caught that ball, the way he went and grabbed it didn't look like a tuck. It looked more like a getting ready to rear back and throw.
Well, they may try the same thing here. Who's in coverage down here? Is that Bonner?
Yep.
I don't think Bonner's the guy you want to try on a trick play.
Bonner ain't falling for that.
No, him and Greil at corner. Those aren't the guys you want to try and fool. We'll see if they go for it again on 2nd and 11. No, the QB is going to drop back to throw it. And he's got a guy open. Wow, just as we say it, Brandon Greil gives up a longer reception, trying to rip it out now, and I think they're going to stop forward progress. There we go. So they do cross the 50 now. Blanchard finds number 4 over there, I think.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Martin on the reception there. Pretty great pitch and catch there.
That's what they do. This offense tries to put you to sleep, kind of caught him a little flat-footed. And that's just when you got to make sure. I'm sure we're playing man coverage out there on those receivers. Just got to keep your eyes right. Keep them on your guy, and don't let anything like that happen. Don't let them run by you.
All right, now they're going to try the toss play out to Curry. We got guys out there. There we go. Good job on Tank Reese to kind of trap his legs up before he can get any more. And I think it was it Chase Nichols that pushed him out of bounds there?
I think he ended up running him out. But Caleb Jones also is coming down there to take on that lead blocker, make him have to muddy it up a little bit down there and make Curry have to run more lateral than able to get north and south. Actually lost a yard.
All right. Well, you'd really love to see that. Like I said, Curry does have some good speed to get on that outside, but we got a great team speed on defense to stretch it out. Blanchard's going to keep it, get the pitch to number 10, and Ashton Williams comes over and makes the tackle, and he may have lost another yard.
Another loss of a yard, yep. Maybe
good
2
job.
yards.
Yeah, it does look like they gave him a 2-yard loss there.
That one, that type of play, just there's a lot going on there in the backfield, and it took a long time to develop. And like you said, team speed. If you got a team with enough defensive speed that we have,
yep.
I mean, stuff that takes that long to develop, you're just hoping guys over pursue. And if you do your job and you're well coached, you don't over pursue too often.
I believe that was Mac Cross on the carry there. And if this Magnolia roster is wrong, I do apologize to any Panthers fans watching. I got it off Max Preps, and it's not always the most updated. So
and they don't have to update that anymore.
Yeah.
So A lot of teams still do.
So if there are any wrong names on this roster, I do apologize. So big third down here. Blanchard's going to keep it. We had a guy there to try and take the toss away from him.
Oh.
Great tackle there by Chase Nichols. Is he hurt?
He hurt himself a little
Chase,
bit.
it looks like he hurt his shoulder there on that tackle. I don't think he got the first down out of it. They didn't. It's going to be 4th and short. And Chase Nichols is down hurt.
Yeah, you assume it's some sort of shoulder just with how the hit was.
Yep. That's one of the big key players. You don't want anybody to get injured, but you really don't want your star guys to get hurt.
Oh, yeah. Got trainers out there checking on him. Can't see a whole lot from our angle.
No.
Just going to kind of sit here and, let them check him out. Looks like they might be trying to set him up. There we go.
Now he's up. There's a rather large group over there checking on him.
The more people, usually the worse. You don't like to see a ton of people end up out there, but I think sometimes you also just get some other folks come to look at, don't have to be out there. And he looks like he's that right. Yeah, it's that right shoulder. He's moving that right arm up and down.
May have just been a little stinger or something.
It could have been a stinger. He could have a little dislocation. There's some guys out there that they dislocate their shoulder so many times that it pops in and out, and it hurts when it happens, but they put it back in and they're good to go. So we'll see. We'll kind of keep some updates on Chase as we go.
So, all right, a big 4th down play here.
Fourth
and deep in Senator territory. Man, I tell you.
We got the 2 receivers on the left now. You expect them to our right. Yep, they're going to go that way.
He's going to keep it. Oh, can he break a tackle?
Oh!
No, I think the big hit's what gave him the first down.
I think they had him stopped. You're right. And they come and hit him from the behind, and he pushes him forward.
Yep, I think I don't know who made the tackle there, but I think the big hit's what gave him the relentless performance training first down.
And Dylan Hunt made a play. I think Dylan Hunt's guy was the fullback.
Yep.
So he goes to get him, and then he sees, okay, he doesn't have the ball. He turns a circle and goes and grabs the quarterback. And I think if he grabs a jersey rather than a towel right there, I think he stops him. But he ends up grabbing that towel first, and it comes out.
All right, 1st and goal for the Panthers here. Pretty good drive, aided by that big catch earlier. Let's see if they can punch it in the end zone. Like I said, this is one of their big drives. They need something to happen here if they want to stay in this ball game. Blanchard keeps the ball. He's got a pitch man out there. Ashton Williams is first there. Did he fumble it?
And
nobody's.
Did he?
Nobody.
They threw the bag, and Micah Pennington, the ball's laying there. He says, all right, I'll pick it up, and Micah Pennington runs about 15 yards with it afterwards.
All right, so the defense comes up big and forces the 4th turnover of the night. And like you said, big Micah Pennington said, I'm taking this one to the end zone. The D-line offensive lineman there, big aspirations to get in the end zone, not enough speed.
He saw the stars on that one.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, I'm gone.
And that's the thing about, we're both former offensive linemen. We're kind of like Mack trucks. It takes us a while to get moving.
I've never had a chance to score a touchdown. Could you imagine, though?
Me either, but I'm sure the adrenaline was rushing there for Micah. He picked that ball up and able to take it across the 15 there to the 16-yard line.
He said they're talking about Gabriel running the ball. Let me show them what a real running back looks like.
So, all right. Murphy back out on the field. Going to drop back to pass.
Throwing it deep.
He's got Bonner open. Oh, Bonner almost makes an incredible catch. Some of the coaches want the ref to throw the pass interference, but I think it was just good coverage.
It was pretty good. 15 on the coverage for Magnolia. Bonner almost comes up with the play anyway.
15 is Kamarion Burton.
Able to get his hand in there late.
Yeah, and that's one of those catches where you kind of have to go back for the ball. It kind of defense has allowed a little more room.
And it looked like, I think, we've been talking about the footballs being a little slick. I think it kind of slipped out of his hand because it wasn't the prettiest spiral. I think if he's able to get a little better grip on it right there and, get some good spin rate on it, I think it lands in the basket.
He had him open. All right, they're going to give it to Noah Freeman, or that's Tank Reese, rather. Tank up the middle. Spin moves and keeps it going up to the, where are they going to give him, the 34-yard line. So that's going to be a relentless performance training first down for Tank Reese. Excellent carry there right up the middle.
A good run. We're just getting to see the entire
everybody
stable back there run the balls this week.
And you love to see it. Tank Reese, another one of those good running backs that took over while Noah Freeman was out until he ended up getting a little hurt. Still back there at running back. Freeman drops back to pass again.
Got Growl a little bit.
He's got Growl open. Growl almost has the speed to catch up to it. Would have beat 3 Panthers there to come down with that football.
And, I think, Quentin placed that ball right where he had to have it to overthrow that safety to where, defense couldn't get to it, and Growl was just a step behind it.
Man, but the speed of Growl back there, though, as soon as he saw that ball was a little overthrown, he turned on the jets and almost made that catch. All right, 2nd and 10 from the 34-yard line. Gonna be another handoff to Tank Reese, and he's going to go up the middle. Is that Tank still?
It
is Tank.
And he is.
Man, he's a tank back there with that ball, hard to bring down.
He's bouncing off at guys, spinning.
Golly.
Gets another first down. So that's kind of, we've just decided, look, first down, throw a bomb. If we don't get it, just give it to Tank, and he'll get the first down.
he pinballed through the middle of that field. You get another relentless performance training first down up to the 44-yard line. Senators rolling again with the football.
Still got Tank in the backfield. Dylan Hunt comes in at that sniffer position for Ashton.
Send him in motion. Looks like Murphy trying to call a timeout, and he is. We're going to call a timeout here.
I don't know. I guess something didn't happen they wanted, or maybe that wasn't the motion that Dylan was supposed to run. I guess Quentin said, that wasn't right, Coach. Let's just take a break.
Yep.
We'll come back out. But looks like I guess Dylan maybe was just supposed to shift to the other side or maybe motion out the other direction, but coaches are getting him right. No big deal.
Yeah.
23-0 game. Still got 2 timeouts left, and we're not. I don't think we're going to be fighting against the clock too much right now.
No. 5:40 left to go until halftime. Senators do have the ball. 44-yard line. Let's see. I think if they punch it in the end zone here, with the offensive woes that the Panthers are having, it's really going to start affecting that confidence on the sideline, and that's what you don't. After a night full of mistakes already, when your confidence is down, you really don't want to make any more mistakes.
Yeah, unfortunately for Magnolia, that confidence offensively has already got to be shot some, putting the ball on the ground so much. It's, even, you're having your best drive of the game, you get down to the 5-yard line and the ball pops out again, and Robinson recovers it. That's just, it's really hard on momentum, especially whenever you're coming into a hostile environment, playing the number 1 seed, defending 4A state champions.
A lot of pressure built up coming in this house. Murphy with a throw out to Gryle.
Let Gryle go to work.
Does miss a tackle. Can't shake the second guy there. Still getting some yardage. And
gets 9 on it.
Big number 46 over there to clean it up while the rest of the Panthers had him stood up.
Good blocking out there by Gabe Bonner, taking that corner out of the play, giving Gryle a chance to at least make a couple guys miss.
Good night through the air so far for Quentin.
Dylan Hunt coming off. Jaden Dotson now in there. Evans Olami on the left here with Brandon Gryle. I think Bonner's alone up top.
I think Tank Reese is at running back, and he is.
Good.
Oh, man, it was a good rollout, and it was a good play call there. Murphy just overthrows Blaylock there just a little bit.
And I think we talked about early in the season, that's a tough rollout.
Yep.
Quentin Murphy being a right-handed quarterback rolling to your left, you gotta flip those hips and get your hips around to be able to throw that ball. Otherwise, it's a tough ball to get thrown.
Well, that's one of those things. Being a younger quarterback, he'll work on that. And I tell you, maybe even next season he'll be throwing that ball like it's nothing.
He might be able to dot those next year. You're right.
All right, we're going to go in that kind of weird wildcat formation. Looks like Gryle's the one with the ball. He will get the relentless performance training first down up across the 45 to about the 44-yard line. I'm not sure what to call that
I don't know.
formation.
It throws me off with Dylan Hunt up there because Dylan Hunt's standing right behind the guard, but he's turned with his hands out like he could catch the snap if he wanted to. So I don't even know what it is. I'm sure somebody out there has a name for it, and y'all might be yelling at me in the chat, but
They yell at us every week. It's all right. So we're going to give the handoff to Caden Blaylock, kind of on a weird kind of fumble-rooski type play. And Blaylock with some speed.
Oh.
To the 10, to the 5, and he's going to get in the end zone. There we go.
They threw a holding flag on Ashton back here.
No, they didn't.
Yeah, they did.
Pick it up. Pick it up. Oh, man, what a great run there by Caden Blaylock. And we're going to get a holding call. Man, Blaylock showed some speed there.
Was it 2 running the ball, or was it 5?
I think it was 5.
5's Jaden Dotson.
Jaden Dotson.
Blaylock's 2.
Jaden Dotson. Dotson.
But Jaden, I mean, he kind of gave a little stutter step, and he made the defender. He set up that block really, really nice. And then Ashton, I mean, if you go back and watch it, I think Ashton gets his hand inside the collarbone section of the shoulder pads. I don't think it stopped a tackle from being made, but he does grab a little bit, it looked like, and they throw the flag. But I don't think it was needed.
I tell you, I've been doing this all season. I get somebody's name wrong every game. Somebody's name wrong every game. 5 looked like a 2.
I mean, in your defense, but I mean, Caden was on the field too. It's not like
I thought that's who that had it. All right, Quentin Murphy's going to throw it out again to Gabriel Bonner. Bonner makes a guy miss. Can't make 22 miss.
Going to be another flag. I think you're going to get growl for a hold this time.
My goodness. Well,
that one was a little. I didn't see that one as much from the far side.
Ref found out he has a mic. Now he's got to get some calls in. Get his little 15 minutes. Like you said, growl on another holding call. We need you to stop being right on these holding calls, man. We need some points.
I'm trying not to. I just see them. I don't want to see them. Don't want them to happen. That's going to back them up first and
almost
19.
19, yeah. Yeah, 19.
That's fine. We can get that. We can get that in one play.
Yeah, we can. And Murphy, them deep shots, you take enough of them, one of them's going to hit. May see one here. Who's he got out there? Looks like. Well, they're facing towards us. I can't see the numbers. Oh, Evans Olami on this side.
Yeah, Caleb James is over here too, number 10 at the bottom.
Murphy's got some.
Just going to tuck it away.
Yeah, and he's just a rather good run out of a busted play there by the quarterback. Gets up to the original line of scrimmage.
It gets 9, so 2nd and 10. That's good. Good. It's nice to be able to get back 9 of those yards in one play, bring up at least 10 yards again.
Yeah, it is. Caleb James and Kanan Bell on this side. Brandon Grau, Gabriel Bonner also out there, and Tank Reese at running back. And Caleb James is another name we haven't called too much.
No, I hadn't seen it too much. Number 10, Caleb James. He's a
senior.
Yep. 5'10" senior.
Give it to
Quentin
kept it.
Yeah, you gave him too much room.
Runs the guy.
The ball
I think he fumbled
out.
the ball, and they're going to get it. 16 has it on the far side, trying to make something happen. A big hit by Gabriel Bonner from behind, but that'll be the first turnover for the Senators tonight. And they're going to get the ball. The Panthers will get the ball in plus territory up about the 47-yard line, 46. And, man, you hate to see that because Quentin Murphy really laid the hammer on a guy.
I mean, Quentin, he brought the hit to him. But then after that, he just probably got a little loose with the football, and it's one of those things that's tough when all that's going, to make sure you keep it up there high and tight. And that's what Coach was telling him. Coach wasn't telling him. I don't think he was saying, don't lower your shoulder or anything, because sometimes you don't like see quarterbacks doing that. He was just, look, man, you do all you want, but you got to keep that high and tight and even keep that second hand on there. Protect the ball at all costs.
All right, so first turnover of the night for the Senators. Blanchard back in at quarterback. Hands off up the middle. Good tackle there by 58 and others. Really, this kind of offense, it's kind of a pick your number on the defense as to who made the tackle.
There's going to be 3 guys there every time. At least there should be. If you're doing it how you want to do it.
Yep. All right. 2:45 and count until halftime. Magnolia marching on the plus side of the 50. And again, there's another drive that needs something to happen. And off to Curry. Trying to go up the middle. Bouncing off a couple guys. He may have got the first down.
He's right at,
They're going to get a relentless performance training first down for the Panthers here, up to the 37-yard line.
We're going to first and 10. Again, moving the ball a little bit. Just can you sustain it and can you hold on to the ball if you're Magnolia? Bringing in number 9. That's a big, good-looking football player.
That's number 9. It's Jace Carter, 6 foot, 190. That's pretty big running back size.
They brought him at fullback, and Curry's that left wing back now. See if they do something.
Carey is the number 9. He's powering through.
I mean, that's the size kids you normally expect to be the fullback in this offense.
It's going to be a carry of about 6 on the play there, 2nd and 4.
You know, expect to see him do something a little different to Curry at that wing back position that he doesn't normally play, or that he hasn't tonight at least, kind of trying to hide him over there.
They may be
a little late ad.
Yeah, 43 goes off. That's their tight end. They bring in another receiver.
Yep.
Number 2.
But they're going to make that. Nope. I don't know where he's going.
You don't know either. Finds a place, says I'm ready.
Curry the motion man.
They're going to toss it out to him. And we had a guy there. We still do. Don't let him bounce off. We're going to get a flag for holding, I assume.
Only thing, I hope it's not like a face mask, just how Curry slung around. Hopefully it's the holding. I didn't really see a face mask, so it's just the way Curry spun.
Well, now you don't see the flag.
It could have been.
Yeah, let's see here. Big time.
I hope I'm not 3 for 3. And I am.
All right. So first down by face mask here for the Magnolia Panthers.
And you had to stop right there, and that's, you know, we had just talked about it. Curry going to that wing back. Are they going to try and toss it to him? And they did, and we had it blown up. Just got a hand up there in the face mask area. But they're running out of time. They just still have 3 timeouts left, so time's not really an issue for them right now. But throw it.
Drop back to throw it again over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted. There we go. There we go. So again, the defense, Evans Olamy with another interception on the year. Again, the defense has really taken hold of that bend, don't break attitude here.
And we just got a really late flag.
There's going to be a flag, and we got a Senator hurt.
He's talking to the coaches. That Dylan Hunt?
Yeah, our coaches aren't very excited about it. Are they going to give the interception in the end zone or on the 1-yard line?
They've got it set at the 1, but if the penalty ends up being on us, it's not going to move us out too much. But the 1 or 2. But
well, the way the ref with the ball is set up like he's trying to walk. Well, I think we declined a penalty. So I think we're going to.
So maybe it was, but the flag came out after the pick. So unless it was a really late thrown flag, it was after the turnover. But I think that's Dylan Hunt down.
That's another guy you don't want to see get hurt. Another senior.
Yeah, they're down at his leg. Yeah, it's Dylan, but they were down around his leg, and I think he got a rolled ankle or something.
Yeah,
he's like, "Look, guys, I'm good.
Yeah,
just give me a play, maybe to get it, walk it off a little bit."
Yeah, he's a tough guy. Sideline infraction on the Senators there. Everybody getting excited. That's all right. You'll take one of those. Everybody getting excited on a big time pick.
And it should that's just a warning.
Yep.
So you get one. So coach will take it. That's what he was telling them.
All right, so here we go.
A minute left, 2 timeouts. They going to try and sling one here?
Yeah, I would. I would. We got number 7. That's Okene back there in the backfield.
Our 5th running back of the night?
Yeah, 5th running back. And he's a rather good.
And he's a good one.
He's a good one as well, and he's also a good pass blocking running back. So we are going to throw it. That's going to be picked off. That's going to be a pick 6. Well,
sniff that one out.
Yeah, they saw it coming.
Pre-snap.
That's going to be a pick 6 for the Panthers, a Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown off of pick 6, number 16. Fred Davis gets out there, picks it off. Well, that's not what you want backed up that far, but it's all right though.
Looks like they are going to kick it now. At least they got a tee out there.
They may do kick field goals. I don't know much about their field goal kicker. Let's see if we can get back there and block it.
That was when Caleb James, he saw it from the get-go.
Running a guy off late. Yeah, we got somebody offsides trying to run a guy off late.
They made the kick. Did he blow it dead before?
I think 27 was trying to get off.
Yep, he looked up beforehand. Oh, don't know why you decline it. You at least get him a yard closer.
That was when we need to block it. That was a great play there by that. I guess a linebacker going out there and making that pick six.
Yeah, he read it early.
Yep.
Got underneath it.
But now if they're starting to read those quick throws, now you can send them really deep.
Yeah.
We'll run some slants behind them. Kick is up, and it's going to be good again.
It was your only receiver out there, so he didn't have anybody else that he had to account for is really the thing. And they ran a little quick slant and tried a quick slant, stop route type thing, and he just undercuts it, makes a good play.
All right, so with 57 seconds left to go until halftime, your score is going to be Senators 23, Panthers 7.
Two really big swings right there.
Yeah.
They're driving. They're getting close. Pick it off late defensively. Then you throw very next play, throw a pick six. Give Magnolia a little bit of momentum. Hopefully you can snatch it back and at least get in field goal range with 57 seconds left to put something else on the board before you go into halftime.
I think we may try and get some points here, and then we do get the ball coming out of the second half. So
2 for 1.
Go ahead and get another score. That'd be nice. Is a 17-point game, 16-point game?
What is 23 minus 7?
I think it's 16.
You said that Sylvan Hills math,
I think it's 16.
16, yep. You were the one talking about your Sylvan Hills math earlier.
Listen, I'm bad at math until it comes to football scores, and then I'm like that.
They're going to give us a little bit of a chance
Grail
to return
with a good return.
I mean, give you
up to the 41.
So 50 seconds left. The clock needs to stop. What are we doing? You're at home. Let's go, clock operator. So 48 seconds with the ball on the 41. It really it shortens your field there. So that's helps us.
Yeah, I had kicked it as deep as I could there, but they're going to reset it to 51.
The thing is, maybe that's about as deep as you can get it. Sometimes you don't get lucky, and you got a guy. You don't have a guy like John Tate that's just a sophomore kicking it into the end zone.
We are spoiled with John Tate. All right. Yeah, looks like we are setting up to throw the ball. Murphy's in the backfield by himself.
Oh, yeah.
Nope, it's going to be the QB draw, and oh, man, he had room. What a great tackle there by number – who's that on the tackle there? Number 16.
16's having a pretty good night.
Yeah, he is. Oh, that's 46, rather. That's not 16.
16's still having a pretty good night.
Yeah, he's also having a good night. QB draw again. Number 9 on the tackle there. It's going to be relentless performance training first down, though, for Quentin Murphy.
Gets the first down. Clock stops. 30 seconds. 2 timeouts still. So moving a little bit. At least getting close to field goal range.
Yeah, they don't have very far to go before John Tate's like, all right, Coach, I got this.
You figure you're going to see Quentin kind of rear back and throw one now that he's ran it twice. Kind of get a little bit more of a cushion here for his receivers.
And he will drop back to pass. Got some pressure late, just gets it out. Yeah, I think it's going to be incomplete.
That's fine. You were only going to gain 4 yards on it, and the clock actually stops now. So
17 seconds, but still got 2 timeouts here for the Senators going right here, 17 seconds till halftime.
Holding up their signs, seeing what we're going to do. I've always wondered. That's the one thing that I've never been a part of a team that uses the signs like that on offense. Like, I think for them, it's formations is one of them.
Got Murphy.
But I say he hitched a couple times. He's got Bonner.
And Bonner makes the catch. Great, get in the end zone.
He scores.
He gets in the end zone. There we go. Gabriel Bonner makes an excellent catch and shakes off, 4 Magnolia Panthers to get in the end zone.
I don't know how many it was, but he was flexing on them after that.
No flags, fireworks going off. Excellent reception there for Gabriel Bonner. Great throw. And what I said it earlier, you throw enough of those deep balls, they're going to come down with them after so long. Gabriel Bonner comes down with it and carried a guy about 6 yards into the end zone with him.
Whenever he caught it, he said track speed, and after he caught it, he said weight room.
Yep. Gets in the end zone. John Tate comes on for the extra point.
There you go. We talked about maybe at least getting a field goal to get some points for halftime. Well, that'll do it.
We got offsides here.
Yep. Is Coach Scully going to try and go for 2 again if it shortens it up a little bit? Yep. There he is. He's calling for 2.
He's calling for 2. Coach Escola said, I want the points. Or maybe not.
He changed his mind. I think you had a coach telling.
He said fool you.
You've always got a coach that has they've got a chart that says when to go for 2 and when not to go for 2. And he said, Coach, it's not going to change anything. Going from a 30 to a 31 against 7.
All right, John Tate going to kick again. Assume it's going to be good. They are going to go for 2. And Evans Olemi is going to take the snap and run it right up the middle off a fake.
So Coach Escola, he did fake you out. He said, go for 2, guys. Change his mind. No, we're not going to do it. No, we're still doing it.
Oh, man.
We're just not going to do it in the conventional way.
And I didn't see a different play call come in or nothing, so that may have been a design thing where if they do get an offsides, Evans, you just take that snap. I mean, the offensive line blocked great there, and he just walked in.
Yeah, that's a lot of times that middle section, kind of sometimes takes the play off. So if you see a team that does that, that's an easy 2 points if you know that's going to happen.
So with 7 seconds left to go until halftime, Senators are leading this ball game 31-7 over the Magnolia Panthers. And I tell you, man, aside from all I guess the turnovers is why it's like this, but Magnolia is a lot better team than this. And I know they've got to be really frustrated over there going to make some adjustments at halftime, but this Senator defense is playing just outstanding this first half.
Yeah, their biggest adjustment offensively is hold on to the football.
And it really would be, it would be a shutout if, if it wasn't for the great play by 16 on Magnolia getting the interception and taking it in. So really the defense hasn't given up any scores tonight. Let's see if they can continue that. See if John Tate either puts it in the end zone or just kind of squibs it to run the clock out if they can. 7 seconds may be too long. But I think he'll put it in the end zone.
His legs juiced up now. He'll probably put it in the end zone.
Well, he's kicking into the wind now, so it may not go as far. But John Tate said, what wind? And he's going to get it down to the 5-yard line. One with some room to return it. Got some guys over there blocking for him on that far side, and he's going to get up to about the 34-yard line. But time has expired.
All right, so little run back there, so it took all 7 seconds off, so that'll do it for your first half of play here. For Robinson Senator football, your Senators are up 31-7 over the Magnolia Panthers. Well, please join us after the break for the Ackles Carpet One halftime show.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Ackles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less. Clap your hands like this. Let's go. Pick up the pieces.
Welcome back, Senator fans, to the Ackles Carpet One halftime show. We didn't have a band performance tonight. We got a little bit what maybe looks like the jazz band, just kind of having a little concert over there. Got a couple folks singing, and then I think we're waiting on what looks like senior night for band members, I guess. They didn't do it at the start of the game, but we're just waiting on that. So we'll go ahead and we'll do a little bit of a halftime show, look at some of the games that we've pointed out at in the pregame show, kind of review our game a little bit. So right now, I mean, defensively looked pretty dominant. You've given up a few drives, but they've got inside the 20, and both times they've been inside the 20, we forced a turnover. So, I mean, not a whole lot more you can ask for there. What have you seen from the defense that's really given them an opportunity to be successful tonight?
Well, just like we said in pregame, the D-line's got to soak up some blocks, and your linebackers have got to make plays. And so far, that's what's been happening. They've forced, 4 turnovers? 4 or 5 turnovers?
Least
4. I know three for sure, and it may be 2 more on top of that. I mean, I'm losing count. They're turning the ball over so much. But, and then on the flip side, the defense for them, their one score has come from a pick 6. But the defense right now, I tell you what, if they continue this kind of performance all night, it's going to be hard for the Magnolia Panthers to get back in this game.
Yeah, I mean, 3 fumbles for sure, 1 interception, so at least 4 turnovers, maybe a 5th that we're leaving out there.
Yep.
But, yeah, a pretty dominant performance, giving up a few yards on the 2 drives down inside the 20. But besides that, and they've forced turnovers, it's been very dominant. And then on the flip side, besides 1 pick 6, I mean, offensively, it's looked the same way. It's looked dominant. Been able to run the ball with 4 or 5 different running backs on tonight. Quentin Murphy's gotten warmed up a little bit, and he's able to complete a few passes. And just that one well-read by the defense pick 6 down on the 1-yard line that is the one blemish on the game tonight. Offensively, what do you expect to see whenever they come back out? Any adjustments or just kind of more of the same?
Are you talking about on the Senator side?
Yeah, on either Senators first, then we'll talk about Magnolia.
On our side, I think it's just more, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I think we keep it going. We keep with the steady, the running back exchange. I think we've seen 5 so far tonight. We may end up seeing 6 or 7. The way the rotation's been working, just keep pounding the ball, like we said with the deep shots, if you keep throwing them, eventually one's going to land. It does there close to the end of the half with Gabriel Bonner. I think we same showing for the offense when they come back out.
Yeah, I don't expect too many differences. You're going to keep running the ball, keep it on the ground, keep the clock moving, and then, rear back and throw it as soon whenever you get them to kind of cheat down. And that's the thing, run the ball, make those D-backs fall asleep a little bit, catch them on their heels, and throw one over their head. And, we've gotten behind them 3-4 times now, just a few overthrows there. From Quentin, one underthrow that he was throwing to Gabriel Bonner, but then he connected on that last one to Gabriel Bonner, is able to give you that 24-point lead, I think, going into the half. So, good game. Any adjustments from Magnolia that you think they're going to come out and make? I mean, offensively, with what they do, adjustments are difficult, because you do what you do, but maybe just kind of do it a little bit differently.
Yeah, like I said earlier, in all the film that I've watched, getting Curry to the outside is where they scored a lot of points, and they've only ran it maybe 3 or 4 times to the outside with him tonight. I think they may come out and try and do that a little more, but like you said, with the kind of offense they run, it's hard to make adjustments. So we'll just have to see. But then again, I think the Senator defense, the way they've been playing, it may not matter. This. With this score, it may be too late to make adjustments to get back in it.
Yeah, I mean, the biggest adjustment you can make, and we said it before half, is, hold on to the football, right? I mean, they've moved the ball a little bit, but they've coughed it up way too many times to even have a chance to be successful. So, To me, the biggest thing is hold on to the ball if you're Magnolia, whenever you get the ball back next half. So we'll look at a few of our matchups to watch, kind of go over from some scores throughout the state in this first round of the playoffs. So first off, you were just watching a little bit of that Hot Springs at Mills game over on the Little Rock Mills Sports Network. So what was that score last you saw? I think it's halftime now, isn't it?
It is halftime, and Hot Springs is up 7-6. And while I was watching, Hot Springs had the chance to go up possibly 14-6, but a high snap on the goal line, and I think they ended up turning the ball over or something, but they weren't able to punch it in. So it's 7-6. Trojans lead the Comets in Little Rock.
So Mills got a little bit of a break there right before half, keep it a 1-point game. But, again, you expect to see some adjustments there. Maybe Mills get that offense going. Defense obviously playing pretty good for them. It's just kind of got to get the offense going. And we watched a little bit of it during our halftime here. And Hot Springs has a couple of hosses in the middle of their defensive line that I think are causing issues for that Mills offense. So, see if the coaching staff over there can get some things figured out on how to attack that defensive line and attack that Hot Spring Trojans defense. A few of our other games. So we, talked about Farmington Valley View at halftime. Looks like Valley View is up 14-11. So that's a good game over there in a 1 versus a 4 seed. Valonia, one of our other 5A Central teams, the 3 seed out of the Central, is down 0-24 at halftime against Camden Fairview. Now, Camden's the 2 seed out of that South Division with Parkview. Their one conference loss was to Parkview, and I think it was a pretty good game. So, we know Camden is a pretty strong team this year, and they're, putting in some work against Valonia. Marlton, this says it's the first quarter on Fearless Friday's scoreboard, 7-20. I don't think that one's been updated recently. I don't have the exact – it's halftime. Do we know a score at that one at halftime? Maybe like a 24-7 at halftime, Parkview and Marlton 20-7, so something like that. So that's not too far off. It's a little bit of a closer game than I would have expected about this point. I mean, we talked about it, but Marlton's doing something right.
Yeah, Parkview is one of those teams that you're not nervous to play many, but Parkview is one of them, and maybe Marlton's doing something to stop that offense. 24-7 is still or 20-7, either one is still a 3-score lead, but I expected Parkview to have a lot more than that by halftime.
Yeah, I mean that's a close one. That definitely isn't over yet.
No,
at halftime with the team like Marlton that runs the ball well and they play pretty good defense. So it's good to see that another 5A Central teams, they're not winning, but they're playing well, especially for a 4 seed against a team that Parkview that most people think are the favorites to win the 5A state title this year. That Batesville Prairie Grove game that we pointed out, that if we finish off this game and get the win, we will play the winner of that game. At halftime, it's 14-14 there, so it's a close one in Prairie Grove. So we'll pay close attention to that one as our game continues to see who might come visit us in Little Rock next week. And then the other 1 seed in the 5A is Shiloh Christian. They're the 1 seed in the 5A West, and they've got Nettleton, the 4 seed from the 5A East, I would presume. It's 55-0 at halftime there, Shiloh Christian over Nettleton. So that's one, that you might be able to put it in the books and say Shiloh Christian's moving on to the second round.
Done. Man, and when I looked over here at the score, I had to kind of take a double take to make sure I saw that right. Man, 55-0 at halftime. And Shiloh's Christian is another one of those schools with a great offense. Another one of those schools you may be a little nervous to go play, but
they were in the 4A last year. I mean, was it the championship game that Robinson played? Did they play on last year? Was it in the championship game? Yeah. So
and won. So
yeah. So your Senators have seen Shiloh Christian very recently in the championship game last year, and as we know, Senators won that game. Senators are the defending 4A state champions, but there's no defending 5A state champions. They've moved up to 6A, so we're as close as it gets as the defending champ in our conference. Yeah. So Shiloh's one of those that if they stay in and if we stay in, that's one we'll see at War Memorial. We won't see them beforehand.
Man, that'd be crazy. A 4A state championship rematch in the 5A state championship game.
Who would have guessed that early on if that's what it ends up being? And then we'll just go through some of these other playoff games. Conway is up 28-0 over Springdale Harbor. Second quarter, it says, probably halftime. North Little Rock, Fort Smith Southside, it says it's 7-7. So that's, and I think I got that one wrote down just because, as we've discussed, I've been at North Little Rock the past few years. North Little Rock's 5-5 on the season. Southside's 4-6, so we'll lose a team with a losing record. That's what happens in the 7A. Teams with losing records get in the playoffs just because they've only got 2 divisions. Each division has 8 teams, so there's only 16 teams that got to choose from. But that's a close game at halftime. Some other close games. Mountain Home is up 9-6 over Marion. If any of you listening are Sylvan Hills fans, that's watched some of those Sylvan Hills games this week. You've seen Marion before, and they're down by 3 at halftime over Mountain Home. That sounds like a really exciting game to watch. 6-9,
Yeah, a lot of field goals.
I can only assume that's 5 field goals on the guy. So that one seems like it's really fun, a fun game of football. Lake Hamilton is up 49-7 over Searcy. Right down the road at Little Rock Christian, they're up 14-10 over El Dorado. El Dorado, defending 6A champs. You know, they're a little bit down this year compared to last year. They're 5-5, and Little Rock Christian was in that stacked 6A Central that PA's now in. Benton's in, the one that Catholic, as we know, won the conference. So I think they were the 4 seed, which is crazy. A team that's 8-2 ended up with the 4 seed.
Man,
Catholic beat everybody, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
That's
guess
crazy.
so. Yep. So that's interesting, but you know, Christian's got a close game on their hands against El Dorado there. See if I can find the Nashville Bauxite game. Okay, Nashville Bauxite. Nashville's up 21-7. It says the second quarter. Again, I would assume most of these games are in or at halftime at least, if not starting the third quarter. So Nashville's up 21-7. So our clock's kind of going crazy over there. It's 5 seconds. I don't know if that's I think we probably still have 3 minutes left. I don't know that that's our 3-minute thing. So, you know, any last thoughts before we kind of take our last break here before we start the third quarter?
What'd you say? I'm sorry. I was looking at the Mills game. I
You're
apologize.
good. I think they're still a have to. Just any thoughts before we, you know, kind of take our little last break before we start the third quarter here?
I just think, like we said, if this defense can continue to play the way that they have and hold Magnolia, you know, it's hard as a Sylvan Hills fan having to watch the triple option and that kind of offense. It's hard to come back when you get down 2-3 scores to get back into a game. But, you know, they do – I'm giving Curry his credit tonight. He is an outstanding athlete this year from everything I've seen. If they can get him a couple of touches where he can break off a couple of big runs and then they come back out on defense and maybe get a couple stops, you know, this game could get real interesting real quick. But I just think right now that the Senators have too much firepower going, too many athletes, and it's just going to be hard for the Panthers to get back into it.
Oh, yeah. So that'll do it for our halftime show. Thanks for joining us for the Eagles Carpet One halftime show. When we get back from break, it'll be time for our second half kickoff.
It is the grand opening sale at Eagles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
It is the grand opening sale at Eagles Carpet One.
Get up to 50% off store-wide with payments as low as $40 per room per month. Plus, get your sales tax paid.
We make it beautiful.
For less.
All right, welcome back to some Robinson Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. It is time for that second half kickoff. You going to see an onside kick right here? You think they're just going to kick it deep?
I don't know. The Senators kind of look like they're getting ready for it. And we're going to have a stoppage of play.
Is it the clock? I bet you it's the
Yeah,
scoreboard.
the scoreboard is a little funky. It's showing.
think-
It was doing that all halftime.
All halftime, it's been like shorting out. You think it's too cold? You know, Mark Miller, our cameraman up top, was just in here saying he couldn't feel his fingers by the time the halftime got over. You think the scoreboard's getting a little cold
It
too?
might be. It keeps flickering. And it was doing that all halftime. I'm not sure how cold it's gotten out
Oh,
there.
there it goes again. Looks
And
like we
we've
might
got,
have to go to keeping the clock on the sideline or on the field.
that won't affect our stuff on the live stream, will it? Scoreboard and all that. Oh yeah, right.
We keep up with it on our own down here, so I guess he'll have to.
I'm not that good.
We'll just kind of keep up with it as well as he can. But they just
Looks like we had a kickoff anyways, and it went out of bounds.
Sky kicked it out of the bounds at the 36-yard line.
I don't know. I'm looking down there in the booth where all the score guys are and all that, and they look just as puzzled as we are, kind of, as to what's going on. So
Ain't not a whole lot they can do down there. They'll be keeping it on the sideline.
All right. I'm not sure.
That's right.
Somebody go over there and hit it.
Will just said unplug it, plug it back in. That fixes all your electronics
Yeah.
most of the time. He's right.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. I'm not. We may not know the time the remainder of the game until they get it fixed, but we will know the score at least, 31-7
And
so far.
it's right. It's on most of the time, but then every once in a while it'll flicker. But as we said, Magnolia kicks it out of bounds. See if we can't get back to some football here. And Robinson decided to make them re-kick it, so scooted them back 15 yards.
I think it's
No,
15
just
or
5 yards.
Yeah,
Just
it's only
5. It was some increment of 5, I could tell, because we were on the 45 now. So yeah, back it up 5 yards. Coach Escola says, "Look, I want my athletes to try and get a chance to return it."
All right, and just got a notification that the Razorback ladies soccer team defeated Missouri State 6-0 to move on to the second round of the NCAA tournament. So congrats to them.
Yep, big time.
Really good soccer team up there on the hill.
They have. They won SEC last year, I think. Made it to the Final Four. No, almost the Final Four in the tournament this year. But a top 25 ranked soccer team.
All right, let's see if we can get to football here. Scoreboard seems okay. Good kick right down the middle. Well, I say good.
Right to growl.
It's going to roll to him. Can he beat a guy? Oh, what a tackle there by number 30 for the Panthers. That is Chevis Johnson. I hope I pronounced the first name right there, but he had some speed, got down there and tackled Grail.
Coach Escola's like, I just taking the ball after the first kick.
Yeah. He got tackled around the 28-yard line, and that's where the Senators will set up on offense for the first possession of the second half.
It's Magnolia's best kick of the game.
And I believe they are keeping clock on the
No, and there it goes again.
They're gonna have to. I think they may be resetting it now because that's. I don't know. 31-7.
We're just gonna play ball. Let the refs determine how much time is left.
Yeah, we're just gonna let them play because that's confusing. All right. I think that's Tank Reese in the backfield, and it is. Good fake by Quentin there. He even fooled me. I thought he still had the ball.
Quentin, got to carry out your fake. Every play, got to carry out your fake.
Yeah. He fooled me. Tank Reese had the ball. Gets about 3 yards on the play there, 2nd and 7.
Magnolia bringing in another defensive lineman, number 78.
Kanan Bell comes off. Dylan Hunt comes on. Bonner on the far side. Grail at the slot. And Jaden Dotson, not Caden Blocker, on the near side.
They're resetting the clock now. Maybe it'll work.
Reese gets the handoff. He's got up the middle. He's got space. Makes a good cut. Gets to the outside, and he's going to get tackled eventually up. I think they're going to give him the 48-yard line, and they do. That's going to be a relentless performance training first down carry for Tank Reese.
Yeah, great run by Tank right there. Good blocking up front. Good blocking at the receiver position, and he's able to, set a guy up to get blocked so he could gain an extra 5 or 6 yards.
He gets up to the 48. Man, Tank's running that ball hard tonight. Bouncing off guys, spinning, bumbling and stumbling on through there. Reese still in that running back. Gets another carry. Skirts through. Puts his foot in the ground. Gets upfield. Gets some good push. They're going to stop his forward progress at the 43-yard line. You gain a 5, 2nd and 5.
Good run. 5 yards of pop. Nope. Got 6 yards maybe based off where they spotted the ball. It's just there. Now they're going to adjust it.
He had 6 yards. All right. Yeah, I couldn't see what was happening over there. My eyesight's not the best. All right.
Little freeze check, trying to get him jump off sides. Looked like they were sending a little pressure from number 16 there. See if Magnolia makes an adjustment or if they stick with it.
And Murphy's going to run away from the blitzing 16. Gets outside. He's going to get out of bounds. Did he get? I think he got.
Oh yeah, he got it by
way past the relentless performance training first down for Quentin Murphy there on the outside. Ran away from the blitzing 16 that you were talking about. So I guess on the kind of freeze check, Coach Escola saw that like you did and called the audible.
Yep, and can't update you on time. I have no idea. Scoreboard's turned off
It's
now.
Completely off now. I imagine we've got under closer to 10 minutes.
That's one of those that it's really difficult even on the field, like, you know, as a player, because the play clocks aren't working either.
All right. It is to Tank Reese, and he's going through there again. Another great carry by Tank Reese, and I tell you, Quentin fooled me again with his fake there. And that's going to be a relentless performance training carry for Tank Reese. And, man, so far, them carries up the middle, he's getting about got to be close to almost 6-7 yards of carry.
And he's just got guys that are diving at his feet, and he's just kind of stepping over them, stepping around them. You know, really good balance, you know, really good footwork in there to be able to work his way through, you know, the where it's really tight in there between the tackles.
Oh, I got to keep reminding myself he's only a freshman playing up on varsity. Get to watch him for the next 4 years, or 3 years rather. Another carry by Tank Reese, getting up the middle again. Can't split the linebackers, but still gets extra yardage anyways. That's going to be a 12-yard carry for a relentless performance training first down.
I mean, you just got some really good blocking in there in the middle by, you know, Micah Pennington. Let's see who else we got. We got 77 in there, Tanner Drew. I think the other one, Jacob Patton in there. I think that's our center and guards.
Offensive line doing a great job tonight.
Julian Campos is your right guard. Tanner Drew's your center. Jacob Patton's your left guard.
So Okanai now in at running back. Oh, man, he had to beat one guy right there at the linebacker spot to go score. I think it was 46 that made the tackle. Okanai will carry for about, was it 3 or 4 yards? Maybe more.
It gets down to the 5 at least.
Gets to the 5-yard line. 2nd and goal. Okanai still in at running back. The give is to him. He's going to get stopped in the back. We got a flag, though. False start on the Senators. That's not what you want down here on the goal line.
How fast he got back there, you thought it would have been an offside.
Yeah. Be a 5-yarder. 2nd and goal from the 10.
You know, but with the clock situation and stuff, with the, you know, play clock is really where it gets to you, especially at quarterback. You know, you got to watch for that receiver, that ref in the back to raise his hand and tell you 5 seconds.
Yep. Okanay does not get the carry. Murphy keeps it, makes a couple guys miss, and runs over a guy at the goal line to get in the end zone. We're going to have a Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown from Quentin Murphy from 10 yards out. Made a couple guys miss and then powered himself into the end zone. Fireworks going off again. And pending the PAT by John Tate, your score is going to be 37-7 Senators.
We got to do math up here now. Yep. We can't just check the scoreboard. It's tough, huh?
37-7 pending the PAT.
But, you know, Quentin Murphy, man, he's just so elusive, and it's really even tough to tell because it's just he makes like little bitty cuts and stuff that you don't even expect to make a guy miss.
PAT is good, and that'll make your score 38-7 Senators over the Panthers. I have no idea how much time is left. Don't ask. Until the fourth quarter. All I know is your Senators are up by 21 now? 31. 8:08 left to go until the fourth quarter. That is a guess by our producer. That is not. So if it's wrong, I'm sorry.
I think, you know, we've got our own little, you know, time clock on here, and I think he's doing his best to keep it and stop the clock when it's supposed to stop and stuff. So it's probably fairly accurate, but it's definitely not law. Maybe we can hear. Yeah, I figure they're keeping it up here as well. So maybe they can kind of keep us updated over the PA until we get this clock situation, and they've turned it back off and on again. So maybe it's going to stay on and working this time. We'll see. They're getting everything. Nope, man, there it goes off again.
Off again.
Yep.
So on the broadcast, you guys, we can't see the screen of the broadcast, so you guys will know the time better than we do. Even if the time on there is wrong, it'll be close. So 8:08 to go until the fourth quarter. John Tate on to kick off for the Senators.
Gonna have to get the scoreboard service man out here Monday.
Yep. Because if the game keeps going like this, we will be back out here next Friday night. Good kick. Going to be caught over here on the near side by number 22. He's trying to go back home to their sideline. A great tackle by Brandon Greil coming through, explodes through the blockers and makes a great open field tackle, not letting 22 get any more yardage than what he had.
Greil just torpedoes through there. Nobody really touches him. And that's, you know, one of those things, if you're going to try and get all the way across the field, it's tough.
All right.
All right.
5 seconds off.
They
All
just
right.
said 7:57. We had 8:02. I mean, look, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, that's pretty good. So, all right. Magnolia sets up for their first possession of the second half on the 24-yard line, rather. Excuse me. Well, let's see if they made any kind of adjustments.
They got their tight receiver here again. They've had a little more success with those tight receivers.
It will be Curry up the middle. Stays up, and he's still rumbling and stumbling ahead. Gets about a 3 or 4 yards extra on that carry there.
They kind of had him bottled up.
Yep.
You know, like you said, he just kind of gets out. But they've been a little bit more successful whenever they don't have those two receivers wide. Whenever they get that extra blocker in there, they've been able to get a few more yards per carry.
That's going to bring up 2nd and 3.
Number 6, tight left again.
Give his to Curry again, and he breaks free. Brandon Gryle has to make the tackle, and he'll get him out of bounds. A relentless performance training first down up to the 47-yard line. So, again, like I said at halftime, Curry is a great athlete over there for Magnolia, and if he can break free, he's got the speed to take it to the house, and there he almost did.
You know, and you talk about adjustments, and obviously with an offense like this, you just kind of make blocking adjustments. Like, how are you going to block this play? How are you going to block that play? And, you know, what guy are you going to work to? And it looks like they may have made some of those to maybe get an unblocked guy blocked.
Give this to Curry again up the middle. This time we got a host of Senators there to make the tackle. He does get about 4 or 5 yards on the carry, though.
Doing a lot better on that interior defensive line right now, getting more movement. So Corey Crusterson was out there for a little bit. The other freshman that we've got playing up, he was playing some linebacker, give Tank Reese a little bit of a breather after running the ball.
Man, what a testament to the talent that the Senators have a freshman come off to replace another freshman.
There you go. There's a stop.
A big-time stop there. I see Dietz. I see
20-something.
I think it may have
I think
been
it's 20. I think it's
LaFonza Burrell
yep.
on the tackle there. Good job on them.
You know, hadn't called LaFonza's name a lot, but he's our pass rusher, you know, typically. He's out in the backfield, so, you know, you're not going to get your name called as much when you're going against a team like this whenever you're one of those pass rush specialist type guys.
He looked a little hurt. I think he's all right. Bring up 3rd and long here. See if we can get another stop, get that ball back. And we don't. Number 1, Curry is able to power forward with the help of a couple of offensive linemen for a relentless performance training first down.
Yeah, now LaFonza's going off. Looks like maybe kind of letting that right arm hang.
Yeah, got another little stinger or something.
His elbow or his hand, his right elbow kind of grabbing at it.
Not looking for a trainer, so he may be okay.
Yeah,
Dylan Hunt comes on to replace him.
A little stinger, though. That shoulder goes numb. And
It may hit the funny bone or something. Looks like he's all right, though. Told the trainer he's okay. And we're back to football. And we're going to get a big-time tackle in the backfield. Dylan Hunt, who just came on to replace LaFonza Burrell, yes. Him and number 50, Jacob Patton, in the backfield there to stop QB Blanchard from making any more moves. And he's going to lose about 4 yards there.
Dylan Hunt's got to be leading this team in tackles for a loss this year. It seems like if there's a tackle for a loss, 90% of the time he's one of those guys back there.
Well, a couple of weeks ago, he made 2 tackles for loss in one place, so he is a tackle for loss machine, man. He had a strip sack and then made the tackle on the guy who picked up the sack or the fumble. So let's see here. 2nd, very long here for the Magnolia Panthers. They toss it out wide to number 22. He tries to get through there, gets up to the original line of scrimmage. We're going to have a flag.
Anticipate that being a hold. I think probably out there on that receiver that was lined up out there.
Now's when you can be right about a hold call.
Look, man, I do my best. The white hat's pointing towards us, though. Don't call it another face mask. That's all I would.
Maybe.
If it's not a hold, that's all I could see it being. And
it's going to be against us. Another face mask, and that's the 2 face masks we've had have been those outside runs, and guys, I guess, are just trying to reach to make a tackle and ended up grabbing the wrong thing. I don't think 22's a short guy out there running the ball, so they may just be reaching up too high. 5:05. 5:05.
We're at 4:55. We're keeping it close.
5:05, and it looks like the game clock may be working up there on the scoreboard now.
I believe
we'll see. Yeah.
Whenever we try and start the clock back, we'll see.
22 running the ball is Jacob Herbert for the Panthers. All right, Blanchard's got it. Yeah, he's just going to be swallowed up by Julian Campos for a sack there.
I guess if you call it a sack, was he a runner? I don't know. I'll mark it down as a sack if I'm keeping
Yeah,
the
that's
book.
true, yeah.
But they had a little different formation there. They had like 2 sniffer backs up there behind the offensive line trying something a little different, and it did not work.
No, it did not. Julian Campos shot through there and made the tackle before he could get the pitch off. And even if he did get the pitch off, it would have either been intercepted or even bigger loss. So 2nd and 13 here. 22 in motion. Blanchard drops back to pass, and he's got a guy out there. Oh, and he almost makes an excellent catch out there.
Ooh.
Evans Olamian in coverage, I believe.
That would have been a heck of a catch by, I think, number 10.
Malcolm Cross, the intended receiver.
Looks like everything might be working again on the scoreboard. So, the clock's been running for a second, and it stopped it and started it. So maybe everything, I think it just needed a little bit of a break. So they turned it off for a little bit and then turned it back on.
4:24 to go until fourth quarter here. And I feel like this third quarter, like most of the third quarters in these games, has gone by pretty quick.
Yep. Even though we couldn't see the scoreboard. I wonder if it would have felt faster or slower if we could tell.
All right, a big 3rd and 13 here for this defense. Let's see if we can force another turnover like we have all night.
Reverse.
Another reverse, and we got a guy out there to make a tackle, Tank Reese. Tank Reese, number 27, Caleb Jones in on the tackle. Tank was in great position. I tell you, I think he may have saved the first down there by being in such great position. 27, Caleb James coming over to make the tackle as well. Great open field tackle there. Bring up 4th and long, 4th and about 6 or 7 here from the 24-yard line.
Yeah, Tank did really well staying at home there on the reverse and at least making the ball have to bounce out to Caleb Jones, or Caleb Jones could make the tackle and make it again, like you said, a 4th and 7.
Yep. Did just enough for everybody else to realize it's a reverse and come over there. And again, the great team speed that the Senators have. Let's see what they go for here. Blanchard's going to drop back to throw again. Throws it over the middle, and it's too high. Great job by Caleb James again on defense.
I think Jones. That one's Jones. Caleb Jones is 27.
Caleb Jones.
James is, because we have a Caleb James too.
Yeah, he's number 10.
10, so yeah,
Caleb Jones, number 27. I apologize, Senator fans. I tell you, I read the roster. I got the names right here in front of me. Caleb James, Caleb Jones. Caleb Jones on the stop there again. Excellent on defense. I don't know if he may have batted the ball away or it may have been overthrown.
But he was in good position.
Great position.
Tried to sneak Curry out, and Ashton Williams was able to get a good little chip on him to slow him down a little bit and then give Caleb time to get over there.
I tell you, a better thrown ball, Caleb may have picked it off.
Mm-hmm.
So Senators take over on offense. Okene in at running back, and he's going to get smacked in the backfield there by 46. He's another Panther having himself a good game. That is, flip the sheet over here. 46 is Ryder Jackson for the Panthers, having himself a rather good game.
Yeah,
at D-line spot.
Had some guys in the backfield pretty quick right there for Magnolia. Malik didn't have a whole lot to work with on that one.
It's going to be a loss of 2. 2nd and 12 coming up for the Senators. Okene still in the backfield. Quentin Murphy at quarterback. Going to be a hand. No, Murphy's going to keep it rather. And what a terrible pitch. We got to pick it up, guys. That's going to be a big-time loss there for the Senators. I think Murphy thought that – I have to see what number that was. I think Murphy thought the receiver was a lot closer to him than what he was when he pitched it out there. That's number 2, Caden Blaylock. I think Murphy thought Blaylock was a lot closer to him than what he was when he pitched it.
Yeah, that's that little spread triple option play. A lot of times, though, Quentin typically will just throw that like he's throwing the football, but he tried to pitch it that time, and it came up pretty short. If he throws it out there like a typical throw, Caden's going to have a little bit of room to go to work. But
all right, 3rd and a bus ride here for the Senators. I think Tank Reese is at running back, and he is. They're going to run a little screen play. Reese gets the catch. A good block out there. Can he make a guy? He makes a couple guys miss, and then kind of stumbled, really, and the Panthers were able to come back and make a tackle.
Just too many Panthers following the football. Tank got tackled into a Magnolia defender. I don't know if his helmet hit him in the stomach or the groin area, but he's, feeling a little bit of pain after that hit.
Yeah, it looked like him and 43 were both a little shaken up. 43 up, walking it off. It'll be about 4th and 9 when we come back on offense.
I think they were getting ready to run the punt team out there, so I expect to see Excuse me. Expect to see John Tate out there to punt it away. But yeah, I got a player down. Let's see what looks like. Mills was just able to
score. Yep.
Punch one in. So Mills does take the lead over at Mills.
Over Hot Springs.
I was gonna say Mills takes the lead over in Little Rock, but we're in Little Rock, so that didn't really work for me.
The other side of Little Rock.
Over in East Little Rock, maybe?
East Little Rock,
Let's go with that.
We're in West Little Rock. They're on the other side.
Yeah, that got Tank's helmet kind of hit that kid in the chest, groin area.
And knocked the wind out of him. Yeah. Let's hope that's what it is, anyways. You don't want to. Again, you never want to see anybody get hurt on either side. Guys out here playing.
So we'll kind of let them look at him, see if they can, get him up and take care of him. And as soon as we can get a number, we'll let you know who that is. Looks like we're going to get Stant stood up, see if I can get you a number. Chris can let you know 30. The 3 is the last number, 23, I think.
Maybe 23. That is Malachi Ross.
I think it was a 23 from our side of the field, that's what it looked like. But had a lot of guys out there, but a lot of coaches, a lot of trainers. But he's able to at least walk off with some help. So, hopefully young man will be okay.
Mills went for 2 after they scored and were unable to get it. Keeps it a 5-point game.
See, that's one where it kind of made sense to go for 2. Would have made it a 7-point game.
Yep. So, all right, you were correct. John Tate on to punt the ball here now that we're back. 1:55 left to go in the fourth quarter, and it's a high punt. Just kick it out of the end zone. Just kick it. There you go. Just kick it out of the end zone.
Great awareness by sophomore there.
Yeah, great awareness, but was it a high snap, bad snap?
It was a little high. He had to jump up. His hands looked like he had an opportunity to catch it, but, with it being cold, and being high, he had to jump. It went over his head.
So that'll give 2 points for the Panthers, and I think refs are having a discussion about something. I don't know what it could be. They
threw a flag because he kicked it out of the back of, there's some penalty there, but it's still going to be a safety. You're still going to have a free kick.
So that'll make the score 38-9, Senators over the Panthers.
That's the first real deep snap of the game. So, hadn't deep snapped one since pregame, so it's a little tougher,
Hands are probably cold, not working right.
Yeah, it's definitely not your typical, at least for the regular season. So it's cold. You hadn't deep snapped one since, before the game. They might have gotten one. But typically, you don't get a ton of special teams reps in at halftime when you come back out. Just a little warm-up stuff. So they called it illegal batting.
All right. There was a personal foul there.
Against Magnolia?
Number 4. Number 4 looks confused, and he's pointing at the other guy like, no, it was your fault, not mine.
So that's good for your Senators. It's going to move the free kick up 15 yards. So let's say you typically kick off from the 40. You would kick off from after a safety. You kick off from the 20, so it's just gonna move you back 5 yards from a normal kickoff. So, field position wise, it helps you out a lot. If you're the Senators, you're gonna just get a kick from 5 yards difference than what you normally do. And we've seen the leg John Tate has, and he's got the leg to put it from the 35 into the end zone if he gets a hold of one.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna matter much. I didn't see anything on that kick where where it would have resulted in a personal foul.
I don't know.
It may have said some words or something that he wasn't supposed to. Who
That's
knows?
the thing. Up here and in the stands, we never know what's said on the field. We
Yeah,
just
that's
kind of
true.
see what happens.
That is true. So John Tate on the kick from the 35. Let's see him put it in the end zone here. That's what you would like to see anyways. And he gets a low kick. Going to land about the 23 and roll. I think that's 22 again on the carry. It is. Bouncing off a couple of guys, and he's going to get a rather good return out of that. Going to get to the 34-yard line, 33-yard line, rather.
Had a couple jukes, had a couple spin moves, and then able to jack a couple guys for a few yards, too. So, good return for Magnolia there.
Bring up 1st and 10 for the Panthers from the 33-yard line, 1:38 to go until the fourth quarter.
Magnolia, they moved the ball well again last possession, just not able to get anything out of it. See if, Senators can stop them a little bit sooner this time. Keep, help with the field position battle.
Give this to Curry again. He's got space, and he may be gone right up the middle there. And I think Bonner may catch him. No, he's not. That's going to be a 33 or a long touchdown run from the 33-yard line. We're going to have a late flag
from way behind.
I don't know on who.
It's going to be after the play.
That's what I was saying earlier. Curry is a guy that when he breaks free, he can take it to the end zone, and he does there.
That play right there, that's one you talked about before the game. Your defensive lineman need to take up blocks. Well, you had an offensive lineman that was free to get to Ashton Williams on the second level there and get him blocked, and he didn't have a chance because he had a big body on him quick, and Curry's able to get through and pop one. Unsportsmanlike conduct against Joe T's bench. Were the coaches on the field again, maybe?
I don't know. Everybody on the sideline kind of looked confused when he threw the flag. May have been something said. Who knows? Regardless, it'll be about a 77-yard touchdown run for Curry there. They're going to go for 2 here. Give it to Curry again. Or Blanchard, Curry took it, and he's not going to get the 2 points. So 1:29 to go until the fourth quarter. Your score is going to be 38 Senators, 15 Magnolia Panthers.
Some weird-looking numbers on the scoreboard tonight.
It is. All right, there we go. I said it earlier. Curry is one of those guys that has the speed, tremendous athlete for Magnolia. If he can get the ball going or get the ball in some space, he can be gone. Like you said, they had a good block on Ashton Williams there that led to that.
And, it doesn't surprise you. You talked about it early. Curry, he's a good back, especially if you give him some space. He can make guys miss. And, he had a little bit of an angle on Bonner. Bonner was able to get a hand on him.
Yep.
But besides that, didn't have much of a chance there with a good athlete running the ball.
Yeah, I like Bonner getting down there to make the tackle. I wish he would have gone for the legs instead of the ball, but regardless, it would have been all right.
So Magnolia's going to kick it off from Robinson's 45. See where this is one where, to me, you onside kick this one. Because even if they recover it, it's still 35-ish yard line.
I think they may go for an onside here, but who knows? Not telling what may happen here. I think Tank Reese is the one back there to return. I think.
Looks like it.
They got Curry is there in kind of a spot where he could kick it if he needs to. They're going to kind of pooch kick it over
to the little hole.
Takes a good bounce right to Tank and just get out of bounds. Yeah, he's going to go out of bounds about the 10-yard line, I believe. A rather well-executed kick there. You kind of pooch it, and then it has to bounce, and Tank Reese can't catch it on a run.
Yeah, give good credit there to the kicker. He puts it in the, one of the few spots on the field that there's not anybody close to. That's one where if you got a guy that's running hard enough and can make it through the trash, he has a chance to threaten to recover that ball, but kicked a little bit too hard. Tank's able to just pick it up and get out of bounds with it.
I believe they did give him the 10-yard line. Okay, I thought there was some confusion going on with the refs there, but nope, he was just standing, waiting on the team to come on the field. All right, so Magnolia got a stop and a touchdown last drive. Let's see what Robinson can respond with here. Give us to Bonner out of the backfield, and a nice tackle by number 43 there.
Ashton Williams blocking number 9 out of bounds over here.
Yeah, I was wondering what was
knocked
going
one
on
of these
over
kids
there.
on the sideline down. They dropped their blanket at least.
All right, so it's a carry back up to the original line of scrimmage, or the line of scrimmage, rather. It's going to be 2nd and 10. Bonner back in at running back. Going to give to Bonner again up the middle. He's kind of finding his way through there, and he gets a great run.
Should be the first down.
Should be a first down, depending on where the spot is. I think they're going to give it to him.
Another Relentless Performance Training first down for your Robinson Senators.
All right, a good carry there by Gabriel Bonner. He had to bounce off a couple of guys and keep going. Forward progress gave him the first down.
Good carry, and that's if you can keep the ball on the ground and keep ticking this clock away. 33 seconds left in the third quarter. Have to at least run one more play in the third.
Well, it looks like it is starting to rain just a little bit. Not too much to interfere with anything, really. Run another play. Gabriel Bonner's going to take it. Another great tackle in the backfield here by number 11 for Magnolia. That is Kevin Carter. Shooting the gap, getting back there, and tackling Bonner in the backfield. Going to be a loss of 1, and I think that'll do it for the third quarter.
Yeah, Robinson's going to go ahead and bring it to the fourth quarter. So that'll do it for the third quarter of play. We'll be right back for some more Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports.
And a house can be intimidating, whether it's your first house or your 10th house. And at Cornerstone, I feel like it's our job to kind of act as that offensive line for you. We want to help you get that ball to the end zone, so we're going to pave the way for you. And what we want to do is get you to the closing table on time with no stress, so you can do your own little touchdown dance, whatever that may be.
Welcome back, sports fans, to some Senator football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. We're here for the fourth quarter of some Robinson Senators football at Charlie George Stadium in West Little Rock. Fourth quarter, Robinson has the ball, 2nd and about 11. Did lose a yard on that last run play. So, Magnolia's defensive line, should I say, has been able to get some penetration from time to time on our front 5. So, another one where they're able to get in the backfield, get a tackle for a loss. Quentin Murphy out there and empty.
I imagine we'll see a pass play here, but no, it's every time I say that, it's a QB keep for Quentin, and he's going to go get the first down. Relentless Performance Training first down. A gain of about, 5, 10, 15, 18 on the play there for Quentin Murphy. And every time they go 5 wide, he gets a QB keep, and I think he's going to throw it.
5 wide, they're emptying that box out, have a blocker for each of the defenders in there and let Quentin just go to work.
He gets the Relentless Performance Training first down, 1st and 10 coming up from the 38-yard line. He goes 5 wide again. Empties it out like you said. This time he's going to throw. Has some pressure. He's going to take off and run anyways, and May got 2 on the play there.
He just tucks it away, gets a couple yards. 2nd and 8.
I guess that's not the worst outcome of that play. Keep the clock moving, get positive yardage, I guess.
I think they're kind of looking for Brandon Gryle deep, and it just took a little too long to develop. Had a little bit of pressure closing in on him. Just says, I'll take a few positive yards and live to play another down.
Clock goes under 11 minutes to go in the fourth quarter.
It kind of looks like Robinson, they're going to use a little bit of their clock while the clock's running. No reason to get in a hurry here in the last quarter, up by 23.
Goes 5 wide again. Murphy keeps it again. Got some room on the outside. Magnolia coaches are mad on the far side, and that would be 2. Quentin Murphy's going to go get a Relentless Performance Training first down again with that 5 wide set QB keep. Going to get over to the 48-yard line in Magnolia territory now.
Looks like they kept a few more bodies in there in the empty, but instead of running it up the gut this time, he just bounced outside and was able to get outside of those defenders.
Showing the speed he has, kind of like a Malik Hornsby out there. Murphy's going to keep it again, has to elude a tackler, has to elude another one. Just there you go, just throw the ball away. That's
get rough in the pass. Yeah,
there we go, late flag there, and it should have been thrown a long time ago. You can't do that. You can't do it. He's asking what he did wrong, but the ball was gone way before that.
I mean, and you know it was gone.
And he's going to get another flag.
One.
Yep, knew it was coming.
Get two. He must have been mouthing right there, too, because that ref was looking at him. Looks like, man, I mean, I guess one was during the play, one was after. Is that one you tack on 30? 15 for the roughing the passer, 15 for the unsportsmanlike after.
I think so. And when he was looking at the ref, I thought it may be coming. And then I guess he said some more while he was walking off, still over there talking. You gotta keep you cool, young man. You can't be getting them flags this late in the ball game.
And the thing is, he had one of his buddies out there, number 30, trying to calm him down and everything, and he just wasn't listening, unfortunately.
And, I mean, that is one of those flags. Number 11 is he's a junior. I thought he may be a senior playing in his last game, and I definitely understand the frustration.
That's one where you expect them to pull that guy out, The first one, I don't think a roughing the passer is an unsportsmanlike. So it just has one, and I think they keep count. I don't know. I don't know exactly if in high school football if two unsportsmanlikes are an ejection. It could be, but I think that first one's not. Just that second one was an unsportsmanlike.
So after all the penalty yardage, it's going to be a 1st and 10 from the 18-yard line.
Those two penalties do give us, though, a relentless performance training first down.
That they do. All
really,
right.
It gave us like 3 of them if you want to look at the yardage.
So Murphy back there again alone. Let's see what we call here. He's looking over to the sideline. He's going to drop back to pass this time. Going to take off and run. Makes a couple of guys miss. He's going to get some help from Magnolia to keep going forward there. Going to get a gain of about 7, I think, on the play there. Second and
it's either second and 4, maybe 6.
It's second and 4 now. Kind of embarrassing. Everybody hears me counting out loud down here. I know my numbers, I promise. I'm just in that part of the field where I can't see. All right. They do bring in Dylan Hunt and Ashton Williams. Going to give the ball to
Bonner, I believe.
That is Gabriel Bonner, making a couple guys miss and keeps powering forward. He's getting some help from the O-line now. Oh, they're going to blow it dead at the 2-yard line, I believe.
It looked like he was about to get pushed in.
Yeah, I thought he was. Keep powering forward. That's going to be a relentless performance training first down up to the 2-yard line. 1st and goal for the Senators. See them punch it in here.
Bonner's going to come out, bring Tank Reese back in, presumably to be in the backfield. Ashton Williams at sniffer on the left, with Dylan Hunt at the tight end on the left. See if we run it right there behind them.
And they do. Tank Reese, 43, got back there and tackled him.
43 came in behind the pulling guard and was able to, make a really good play right there for Magnolia.
43, Demarion Wesson, whichever one. Want to get his name right. 6'4", 250. That's a big D lineman out there for Magnolia. 245 is what they have him listed. I bet he's bigger than that.
Looks like we're going to get our little powered Wildcat formation with Quentin Murphy coming out, Brandon Grau coming in. Yep, Ashton Williams back there next to him, Dylan Hunt in off-center position.
Give this to Grau, and he's going to take it in for a Cornerstone Home Lending touchdown. And that'll make the score 44-15, Senators over the Magnolia Panthers, pinning the PAT by John Tate. Fireworks going off.
It's a good little drive there. We get a little help from two 15-yarders back-to-back on the same play. But, after that, kind of go to work, ran the ball, and punched one in.
John Tate on to kick the PAT. Yeah, a lot of that was just Quentin Murphy by himself.
Yeah, spread it out.
And the PAT is up and good.
Looks like John Tate ended up on the ground. I didn't see it. Wonder if no, he's limping. He might have.
Oh, I think he was just trying to sell it.
He's a soccer player. John Tate's got to play soccer. Cause he got up, was looking at the ref, and he limped until the ref told him, "Look, I'm not throwing the flag." As soon as the ref was like, "I'm not throwing it," he said, "All right, well, I'm fine."
I'm good. All right, I guess I'll walk off.
You can't tell me John Tate doesn't play soccer. That's a soccer move right there.
All right. So with 8:14 left to go in the game, your score is 45 Senators, 15 Magnolia Panthers. I believe we're 5 points away from a running clock.
I mean, I saw him on the ground, and I was like, well, maybe they're going to throw a flag. I was like, but then he gets up, and he's limping. I was like, oh, he did get hit. No, he didn't get hit. He may have got brushed as the guy went by. That's what you want, though. You want your kicker to try and sell it, get you those yards.
Man, that was good.
I'm telling you, you've seen a lot of savvy plays from some young guys on this team. And that goes back to coaching and these kids knowing the sport of football, too.
Yep. All right, John Tate on the kick. Kick off from the 40. And it's going to be a high kick. Fair catch called. Smart move over there by number 22. That is Jacob Herbert on the roster that I have. Fair catch. Where did he catch it? Around the 32-yard line, 31-yard line?
Looks like it's going to be 32.
All right. They try the sky kick, maybe trying to get the ball back.
Yeah,
get another score.
If you can get them to fair catch it, and that's great because now you don't have to worry about a return. You don't got to tackle nobody. Just make them have to go back out on offense.
All right. Let's see if we can get another good defensive stop here. Give us to Curry up the middle. You get about 5 or 6 on the first carry there. It's up to the 37. We're going to go under 8 minutes to go in the game at the next snap. Words are hard today.
This is one, where defensive line wise, you've been getting leaned on and bumps and bruises. It's one of those games at the end of the game you're going to be feeling it.
Oh yeah. And we're going to have a false start, and that'll back them up the 5 they just got.
We'll take it.
Number 53, the guilty party there. We'll back them up. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10 for the Magnolia Panthers from their own 32-yard line, right back where they started. That is not what you want.
Right back where they started with one less down.
Yep. All right. Tried to get us to jump off sides, and we don't.
22 will just return right back to where he started. And that is legal. He went backwards, did go forwards, not a false start and everything.
Blanchard gives to Curry again, who tries to make something happen and doesn't. Gets about 3 yards on the carry there.
Good stop right there, especially since it was 2nd down. 3rd and 7 now or 3rd and maybe even 8 is a long distance for a team like this.
Yeah, that's one of the bad things about this offense. When it's rolling, but once you're able to start stopping it and you start getting them behind the chains, then it becomes real difficult.
Yeah, negative yardage. I mean, negative yardage is bad for any offense. For a team like this, it's killer.
Yep. Going to fake the toss, and Blanchard fooled everybody. He's got a guy open. It's going to fall incomplete.
Underthrew him there a little bit, but had Jaden Dotson in pretty good coverage right there on the receiver, too. So even if it was a good ball, Dotson was going to have a chance to get it out of there.
Number 6, Chucky Dennis was the intended receiver there.
Chucky Dennis. It's pretty good football.
Yeah,
like Chucky is. That's a good name there.
Good football name. I was just about to say that. All right, going to bring up 4th and
7.
4th and 7. That's a long way to go for Magnolia. Let's see if we can get a stop here. They're probably going to try and throw the ball again. Got to be ready for it. Yep. He is going to drop back and throw. He's got Julian Campos in coverage, and that was almost Julian Campos in pursuit there. Almost a great catch by number 22 there on the ball. Pretty good thrown ball.
But then Caleb Jones was the one in coverage.
Yep, there we go.
Was able to get it out of there. Turnover on downs. Going to give the Senators a ball back. First down with 6:31 left in the game.
From the 35-yard line of Magnolia. Great place to get the ball back.
And this is, these are the scenes and sights you don't like to see. You can kind of see the Magnolia players. It's starting to kind of creep into their mind that I've got 6 minutes, 30 seconds left of this season and possibly of my football career if you're a senior that, doesn't have any prospects to play after high school.
Man, I tell you, it's not one of the good feelings. Everybody's been there before.
Everybody, every football player.
Yeah, everybody.
Whether it's at high school, college, or NFL, at some point you play your last down, and it's not a good time.
No. Nothing like high school football, and you really start to feel for him. Looks like Quentin Murphy, or that's Grisham, rather, in at quarterback now. He's going to try and keep it, and he's not going to get anywhere with it. May have gotten tackled at the line of scrimmage, or maybe gave him like a half a yard, if that, half a foot.
I think it's just going to still be 2nd and 10.
2nd and 10. Looks like we're interchanging some offensive linemen. 51's coming on. That is Stacy Andrews, I believe.
So I've got a Noah King. He's got we've got what I think is the same rosters, but I've got a Noah King for 51.
You've got the updated one. I do not have the updated one, so we're going to go with yours. Noah King comes on. I'm going to throw my roster away. Okene gets the carry. Nope, Grisham keeps and throws it out. That was very close to being a backwards pass.
That was a forward pass by about 4 inches.
Yep. So Grisham in at quarterback. Way to get the ball away, though, while being tackled. Keep it an incomplete pass instead of a sack.
3rd and 10. Clock does stop there, but they're going to roll in guys in and out now, get some guys a little bit of playing time before round 2.
Grisham going to drop back to pass. He's going to throw it out there, and that's going to be a great catch out there. Oh, they're going to call it. I thought he caught it. Who's that? I think it's Kanan Bell over there, the intended receiver.
We can't tell from our side, but that ref had a really good view of it, so I bet you it just bounced in there between his arms. 4th and 10, you're just going to go for it right here. Not really in field goal range, but you're kind of in no man's land with the ball at the 35.
I mean, with the score like this, me personally, I'd run Tate out there just to see, hey, where is your range? Let's see how far you can kick it.
John, we're gonna measure it right here if we need you later on in the playoffs.
I mean, what would that be? About close to.
Let's see, 45 plus 7, 52.
That'd be a far field goal. I'm sure he could make it. Grisham drops back to pass. Doesn't pass the line of scrimmage. And a great catch there. A great throw and a great catch. I think that's Kanan Bell.
Bell came back and he's able to catch it.
Makes an outstanding catch there on 4th down. A great throw by Grisham. And Bell makes up for the last throw where he dropped it.
And we're running in 64 on the offensive line. Ari Montgomery is running in there for play. Get Patton out of there. Patton's played a good game up front, offensively and defensively.
Man, I tell you, some of these offensive line that they're running on late here that are the younger guys, are some pretty big, hefty guys.
Good-looking linemen for young kids.
Future looks bright for Senators. 1st and 10, Relentless Performance Training, 1st down. Give us to Okene, and he can escape the second tackler.
He's able to get through like 3 guys that are in the backfield fast, but then, that linebacker, I think it was 16 again.
16 again. Fred Davis on the tackle there. Had himself a good game, Fred Davis has.
Good defender for Magnolia.
Let's bring up 2nd and 9. Grisham still in at quarterback. Okene in the backfield with him. Bell on the far side. Number 10, that is Caleb James in at receiver. Caden Blocker and number 27, Caleb Jones. Throws again to Bell, and he may have looked upfield before he caught the ball. Bell another drop, and they're going to send Evans Olamy in to get him.
I did just hear Parkview defeated Morrilton 29-7 over the PA.
I think Prairie Grove may have beat Batesville, so I believe that's who we may be playing next week, or will be playing next week. And Grisham looked like
there was a little wheel route. It was just, I think Evans Olamy was a little late to get north on that one to be able to run it down.
4:11 to go in this game. Senators still have the ball. Is it fourth down already? It is fourth down.
Feels like we just got a fourth down.
So that's going to bring up 4th and 9 for Grisham in the offense. Grisham, the senior quarterback, coming in to replace Quentin Murphy. Grisham going to roll out.
Going to let it fly.
And that's going to be a great catch by number 10, Caleb James. Grisham gets him a touchdown pass, no flags. What a great rollout. He was while he was rolling out, he was telling him, hey, go back a little more, go back.
Look, I got you. I got the arm. Go on.
And he launches it in the end zone. The fireworks going off, fireworks on the field. Man, what a game for the Senators.
Ethan Caldwell is going to get a chance to try and kick this extra point in. John Tate's probably going to have the rest of the night off.
Man, what a throw there from Grisham. And Grisham has a great arm as a quarterback. Gets the ball in there. Caleb, PAT is blocked.
Gets blocked.
Yeah, it looked bad from the start.
You bring in a new kicker and all timing, extra points, PATs, field goals, those are all timing plays. That's how you don't get those blocked is got your steps right. And as soon as that ball's snapped, you got to start moving. So when you get a guy in there that doesn't do it every night, it throws off the timing a little bit.
So, all right. 4:03 left to go in this ball game. Your Senators lead it 51-15 over Magnolia. And I tell you, this is probably not how I know it's not how Magnolia wanted it to go, and it's not how I expected it to go. I expected Magnolia to come in and play a pretty darn good game. A lot of turnovers in the first half. The Senators were able to take advantage of.
I think that's kind of your key of the game is those turnovers in the first half really gave momentum to Robinson early, gave them the lead early, and they've just been able to build upon that ever since. If you don't have those turnovers, I still think it's a pretty convincing win by Robinson, but it doesn't look like it does. I think Magnolia at least has a few more points up on the board.
All right, Caldwell on to kick off now.
Once this kickoff is received, that clock should be nonstop after that with the sportsmanship rule in effect.
Let's see what Caldwell's got for a leg. He's going to try the pooch kick, and I think we had possession.
He did.
He did have possession.
No, wrong way, ref.
Wrong way.
There we go.
Right. Now he
Right.
corrects himself. So they're going to try I guess you call it a pooch kick or a sky kick.
And I don't even know that that's what they were trying to do. I think that's where the ball landed, and it was just a good wherewithal by who caught it. 32. They're all patting 32 on the head, so let's see who is 32. 32 is Martavian Earl. Good awareness by Martavian right there to see that he could actually recover it, and he got his hands on it.
And a great kick there by Ethan Caldwell to kick it right there in kind of that dead space where there was no one. And it took a great bounce.
And I'm telling you, I don't think that was on purpose. Some people may say not very sportsmanlike and all. I think that's just where the kick ended, and nobody from Magnolia went and got it. It wasn't an onside kick.
No. And who knows? I mean, that may be, the coach just wanting to get the ball in his hands to run out the clock.
But that clock is running now. We're right at 3 minutes when this ball's snapped.
Grisham gives it off to Crusterson in on the carry now, and he's going to power his way up for a gain of about 5 or 4 on the play there.
We've seen Crusterson run the ball, and we know that dude, he's good with the ball in his hands too. Number 83 coming in, or Jermaine O'Neal from the Indiana Pacers.
He's about as tall as
I tell you what,
he guy.
Let's see, you got him listed at 6'4", 210.
Yeah, he's over there next to the big offensive lineman. See him touch the ball.
Yeah, no reason. Don't got to put your hand in the dirt yet. We're gonna wait till that play clock gets a little lower.
It's all right. Crusterson again going to get the ball. Going to go to that outside and gain of about 1 on the play there. We're going to be close to a minute and a half when this next ball is stopped. Matter of fact, we should be right at a minute and a half when this ball is snapped. We're going to just run this clock out, move on to the second round.
mean, you only got to snap the ball a couple more times to get it out of here, especially. I was about to say if we can get the first down here, but.
Number 58 shoots through for Magnolia there and makes the tackle in the backfield. That is Amarion Stevenson.
I think this is another one where you're going to go for it on 4th down. I'm sure they're going to run the ball. It doesn't matter, I guess, if it's an incomplete pass. The clock will still run, but we'll snap it with about 45 seconds or so left on the clock, something like that.
I reckon that'll probably do it.
That should with the
One
change.
more.
Even if we don't get the first down with the change possession, it should be close.
Wait, I want to see personally. I want to see Crusterson break through there and go get him a playoff touchdown as a freshman. Runs into his own offensive lineman there, and he's going to get about 2 or 3 yards on the play there. It'll be turnover on downs. Magnolia will take over. 44 seconds left to go in the game. They'll probably run maybe one play, maybe two. Well, they will run one play, maybe two. And that'll probably do it.
Yeah, it shouldn't. There we go. Now the clock's running. Just had to get everything set. So they'll have to run one. It'll be under 40. So after this one, if Magnolia wants to just call it a day after one play, that should do it for you. 30 seconds left on the clock. I think you're probably going to be seeing your last play right here.
Yeah, and they just reset the play clock too, so this
could be it.
This will be the last play. Blanchard's just going to keep it and give it to a toss outside the 22. He's got some space, runs into his own guy over there, and that'll probably do it for this ball game, and it will.
2-1-0. So that'll do it for this ball game. Your Robinson Senators win in the first round of the playoffs, 51-15 over the Magnolia Panthers. So that'll do it for the game. Please stay tuned for our post-game show whenever we'll announce our player of the game. All right, welcome back, Senator fans, to our post-game show. We don't have any video, top 10 video this week, so we'll just go ahead and roll right into the post-game show. So we'll go ahead and give an update on that Mills Hot Springs game. I think last I saw it was 21-18.
Yep, it is currently 21-18. Hot Springs has the ball with it's going to be about 9 minutes to go in the fourth quarter on the Mills 33-yard line.
All right, so that's still a good game up there, or over there in, what did we say, East Little Rock.
Yeah.
So Mills, hopefully, I think it's third down for Hot Springs, so hopefully Mills can get a stop right here. So that was, we had a pretty good game here. Our keys to the game was defensive line, really hold up those offensive linemen, let your linebackers make plays. They did that. We forced a lot of turnovers, got the ball on the ground a lot in that first half. Anything that stuck out, defensively, that's what stuck out to me. The turnovers, forcing the turnovers. Anything that stuck out to you offensively or defensively before we name our player of the game?
Man, yeah, just like you said, the turnovers just absolutely, was horrid for Magnolia in the first quarter or the first half as a whole. I think that's what did it for them early.
Oh, yeah, so we'll go ahead. I like to do the games that we're going to watch. We'll update some scores, and we'll give our player of the game right before we sign off. So I think Valonia's going to end up losing one to Camden Fairview right now. It says fourth quarter, 0-30. That my game to watch, the Farmington Valley View, it's in the fourth quarter. Farmington's down 39-41, so that is a close one. And then the big game that we are going to be watching, or we were paying attention to, because that's who we play now next week, was that where is it? Batesville Prairie Grove game, and Batesville actually looks to have won that game 28-20. They were the 3 seed, so Batesville should be traveling to Little Rock next week to play your Robinson Senators. So just give a few updates on those few games that we were kind of watching. Parkview did beat Marlton. That's the other one we were wanting to look at as we expected. So, anything else before we mention our player of the game? Or you think it's time to award our player of the game for tonight?
I just want to say a happy Veterans Day to all the vets out there that were watching the game, and thank you for your service.
Yes, sir, absolutely. That's a big one that I did forget. So, thank you for those veterans, for everything that you've done for our country. So we'll go ahead and announce the player of the game. I'll let Chris go ahead and give that award tonight. Chris, who's going to be the player of the game for the Robinson Senators?
Well, after a great game on the ground and a couple of great passes, and when I say that, you can already know who we're going to give it to, and that'll be Quentin Murphy, number 19 QB back there, having himself a wonderful game. And Quentin Murphy is the player of the game.
Yeah, Quentin Murphy, the sophomore. I think that's the first one we've given him this year.
I think so.
Which is crazy to say with how electric Quentin is. But great game by Quentin, great game by the entire defense there. So, I think that'll kind of do it for us tonight. Make sure you go ahead and go check out that Mills game over on the Mills Sports Network to see how that one ends up for us. But thanks again to our crew tonight for bringing you all the action. From up top on the press box was Mark Miller. And then in production, we had the one and only Will Watkins tonight, missing our guy David Tooley. And this is Tyler Schnault with my broadcast partner, Chris Goodman. Thanks for joining us for Senator Football on the PCSSD Sports Network, brought to you by Natural State Sports. If you hadn't already, please go ahead and subscribe to the Robinson Sports Network and all of our networks across the PCSSD on YouTube, and give us a like or a thumbs up on Facebook. And y'all have a great night.